Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all know that's my little greeting to y'all every time I get on. How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. What's up? I am always excited and happy to come on my live on Sundays to chat with y'all. It's like a family that we like to sit down, chit chat, and have a conversation. I love it. So I wait people to come in to get in the live for a few minutes, and while we at it, let me get everything. Hope I get everything situated and sorted out. Hmm. Yep. Yes. So I have a good lineup for y'all today. We have a lineup. But I wait for a few more people to come in while I get myself together. Join in and join the live. Today I'm drinking this juice today, y'all. No alcohol. But you still gonna get a show. People on Facebook land, welcome. Watching on Facebook, y'all hit the like button when y'all can. Hey Dominique, how you doing? How your Sunday? Hit the like button when you can in the Facebook world. Also subscribe to my channel. My ticker's down here. My name, oh, it's good covered, but my name is Mizzle 14. Yeah, I see that. So you can subscribe to my channel. My link is on my page. What's going on? How was your week? How was your Sunday? I know during the week you was coming along to my live, so I was able to communicate with y'all. So enjoyed it. I had a good week. I enjoyed y'all. I enjoyed the lives. I enjoyed the conversations we was having. And today's not gonna be any different. All right, so let me do my intro, and then we can start with the show's update, like I normally do. Yeah, yes. It's going well. I'm having a good time, enjoying it. Hey, CM, thank you. Yes. Enjoy it. I had to do my thing. I gotta do another intro, and I'll probably go to another background for most Mizzle Social Corner. So I changed the Mizzle Talks intro, outro, and background. Yeah, I noticed the new thumbnail, and I gotta do the same thing for Mizzle Social Corner. So like that. Hey, Brittany. Hey, little sis. How you doing? It's a pretty. Oh, it's coming through. Yeah. Yes. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this video out there, y'all. Y'all in your social media platforms. Share this out. Let your friends know about me. Sure. Because I have a good time. We always have a good time in these lives. You have to laugh, have a good time. If I'm not laughing or laughing and I'm not smiling, then y'all know something's wrong with me. And we can have that. So, all right. So, we have a good lineup today. So, we're going to talk about Chloe Bailey and her little relationship expectation that she stated on Twitter or Instagram, one of those two. We're gonna do all kinds of people. Also, a law that Wisconsin has passed for the young adults, young teenagers, labor laws. Ready to Love. Then we're gonna do Willie Taylor and the Shonda fiasco was going on online. And then last, we're gonna end it with Love and Mammoth Huntsville. So Yes, I'm gonna give you out a show. Give you out a show tonight. Will be no panel because Auntie Mama got some things to do. She still had things to do, and she won't be able to be ready for the panel tonight. But we will do the panel tomorrow. So yes, to stay with us, stay with us. I mean, she didn't get confirmation, but she mentioned tomorrow, and we all said we could do it. So I'm gonna give y'all enough show as it is to give y'all entertainment before we got day today, y'all. So while we at it, let's do shows update. All right. Okay, let's start. Real Housewives of Potomac season 6 on Bravo TV. Next week is the season finale. Next week is the season finale, and I think I read somewhere that they said the reunion gonna be next week, but I said that's impossible. They usually don't have the reunion right after the finale. Sometimes they do, but not all the time. So I would say the reunion will be the week after next week, but next week is the season finale, and I think that's the Karen's wedding thing. Wedding special, if you want to say. She gonna get married and everything. Renew her vows, and that's the thing when everybody get together, all the husbands and the wives, and that Michael and Chris gonna go back and forth, yada yada yada. So that's that. Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 11 is Wednesdays on Bravo TV, and this past Friday, we did a live talk about the part 2 reunion, and we had a good time. Y'all remember? Time, where the money at? Y'all remember that? So we had a good time. Oh, so we talked about that at Marriage Boot Camp this past Friday. So I'm gonna share the link among last 2 lives. So if y'all haven't watched it, y'all go ahead and watch it. There you go. So yeah, I'm waiting for more stories because she gave us freaking more lies than a freaking young teenager. Sure. Salt Lake City is on Sundays. Bravo TV is giving what it's given. So let's just continue to watch it. P Valley season 2 is premiering next year on Stars, and I can't wait. Power Book 2 Ghost season 2 is premieres on November 21st. That's a couple of days before Thanksgiving, and on Sunday, and we will probably just do live reviews on that. I can't do a pre-recorded reviews on that because there's so much going on. Love at the Life at the Lockup, season 3 is on Fridays on WeTV. Love at Hip Hop Miami is on Mondays on VH1. Whatever. Married First Sight Houston, season 13 on Wednesdays of Lifetime. Hey, I'm just ready for their decision because it seems like all these couples ain't going nowhere. All these couples need to just say, no, we ain't continuing this marriage. But it is what it is. Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 3. We're going to talk about that today. The recent episode. We're going to dissect that Tisha and Kimmy argument. We're going to talk about what Marcel said to Tisha. Like, he always invalidates this girl, and she always falls for it. I said, Tisha, what I need you to do next time, girl, every time you have sessions, stop going to your husband and telling him what to have in your sessions. The sessions for yourself, for you to self-reflect and be better. The same energy you gave to the men and them when you just talk about what you Kimmy, they said, it's A and B conversation, see your way out of it. You should take that same energy to your husband. But we get to that. Hey, what's up? Let me see. So we're gonna talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville today. Family Fiance, Season 2 is on Saturdays on right after Love on Marriage Huntsville. And it's good. It's good, y'all. Ready to Love, we will talk about that today as well. The recent episode. And it's on Fridays. And I did a watch along. So if y'all have followed my Instagram, then y'all would have seen the video of Ready to Love, this laser episode. So if y'all didn't see it yet, y'all can watch it on my thing. And Brittany was there with me, giving me entertainment, and my other friends from college, they was both with me, making commentary. We had a good time on that live. Insecure is premiering tonight, y'all. And since we might not have the panel, maybe we could do the watch along together. If y'all ready, if y'all want to do that, we could do the watch along. It's because I might add Insecure live review to games we could play and Queen's review this Wednesday. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably do the live review of Insecure, games we could play, and Queen's all together on Wednesday. And we could do a watch along for Insecure tonight if y'all want to do that. Since there's no panel, so we could just have a good time and chat about the thing. And I saw the time, it's from 10:02 to 10:40 something. So it's 30 minutes increments. You know, that's their show. It's like 38 minutes. So I said, okay. So if y'all want that, you let me know. So it's on HBO Max. And I don't think it usually is commercials on HBO. I don't think so. So it's going to be straight through show. And we can talk about it. Our Kinds of People, season 1 is on Fox. And we're going to talk about the later episode today. And also, after this past episode, it won't be no Our Kinds of People till November 9th. We're taking a break until November 9th. So we won't have any more episodes until November 9th. I said, damn. 5 episodes and they take a break already? Okay. Queen, season 1 is on ABC on Tuesdays. I did the first episode live, as I've shared the link to y'all, so y'all can watch that. It was really good. I enjoyed that live as well. What else? Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition. I did a live recently about that, and that Monty Bone, he's something else. He is something else. Suspect, get the vibes. The only one who coming at the mouths. It's like, boy, if we that bothered, just come out already. Shit. Engaged People Play, season 2 on BET on Tuesdays. And this coming Wednesday, y'all bear with me. Keep y'all calendars this Wednesday because I come home early. We will talk about Games People Play, Queens, and Insecure. All right. That's that. The first thing, let me put this up. Yeah, let me share this a little bit up. Okay. Yeah, so y'all know I'll be scrolling through Instagram. Let me write the time, 13:40. 13:53. So I was going through Instagram, and I saw this post of Chloe Bailey. Y'all know I enjoy her. I like the group Chloe and Hallie. I like the two females. They're very talented individuals, talented young ladies, and they go back their lives. And I know some recently going on a rumor about her sitting next to this guy named Gunner. I don't know who he is. They say they in a relationship. I don't know why do people think that someone, man and woman, sitting next to each other at a basketball game and a football game and things like that. Yeah, automatically think they in a relationship. I was like, listen, are we that freaking elementary school? Oh, y'all sitting next together. Y'all got the cuties. Y'all love it. Oh, y'all boyfriend and girlfriends. I said, gosh, I want to stop it. This is so elementary. But whatever. If she is, she is. If she's not, she's not. But she did show something about her relationship expectations. And reading the comments, people say, "Oh, she's just so young. Her mind would change when she get older and also like that." And let's read it and then we talk about it, y'all. So let me tell me how y'all feel. So Chloe Bailey reveals doesn't like when a guy answers every time she calls. I want to be left wondering what you're doing. So she went to further explain. So everybody would say, "What? What you mean? What you talking about? You better answer my phone call every time I call him. He better. Whatever." So she said, she laughed. She said, "I meant if someone is really on their grind, working hard on themselves, they won't always be available because I'm not. Of course, I want you to answer my calls and respond and be all up under me. Cancer, love, saddest face. But it's also sexy to know someone is working towards something great and is busy too." So I was like, what y'all think? So me and what Chloe was saying, I understand what she's saying, because no one, if you are working and you're individual, you was not always on your phone 24/7. You was not sitting home waiting to say, "Oh, I got a call. Oh, this. Oh, that." No, you doing something. You wake up, you have your breakfast, you get dressed, you take a shower and everything, or you take a shower at night, whatever you prefer, all that stuff. You go about your work day, do what you have to do. If you grinding, like me, I work a regular job and also do my YouTube on the side. And other people got children and stuff like that. So you constantly on a movement until you get your relaxation. Now, if yes, your relationship, I do think that yes, if your partner, spouse call you, you try to pick up all the time. And if you do miss the call, at least when you got a chance, call them back or say sorry or text them back because I'm busy right now, it's like that. But if you calling me and I call you and you expecting me to answer every single time you call, that's kind of something about you. It's kind of a little toxic going on like that. Now, I know a lot of ladies in the comments were saying that, "Oh, well, yes, I want him to grind, but he better answer my phone calls every time." I said, why he better? Do you do the same thing? I'm saying the same thing. I like to make a joke about it. I said, do you do the same thing? Do you want to have someone that every time you call, they always answer? Now, if you someone who don't always call it like back to back and you call it at different times, it's fine. But at the same time, it's still someone you are both busy individual. As long as that you at least communicate or you talk at least with someone every day. Like if I'm in a relationship, yes, I would like to hear your voice. But I'm not gonna keep constantly calling and then you call constantly answer or whatever like that. Now, a lot of those ladies say that, but what if you get a man who does the same thing you doing and expect you to answer their phone calls all the time? Will you like that? Or you would say, "Oh well, I expect that, so he should expect the same." Or you would get upset, "Why this man calling me? He need to get alive. He need to get some friends. He need to do all that stuff." Like it's like, so people were saying that she's so young. She don't know her mom was changed and stuff like that. And I don't know. Me, I personally is not gonna be answering my phone every time you call and it's jumping up and down to answer your call. But I would not purposely ignore your call either. If I'm busy and I couldn't get to my phone and I see you call, I will call you back or text you back. It's like that. So that's what I was thinking that she probably was thinking about as well. But she also like left wondering what you doing. It's like that. I mean, you don't want to be wondering, girl, because your mind started wondering that you start thinking negative things. So don't be starting wondering what he's doing, girl. Don't do that, Chloe. But I do understand where she was coming from. But what y'all think? Let me know how y'all feel about what she said, because I didn't take anything what she was saying was wrong. I mean, you do want someone who's on their grind as well. I mean, always answer your phone call. And I was like, what you doing? You just staying home or something? What the hell? You're not working? You're not doing that? What y'all thinking, y'all? Let me know. Let me know. Put in the comment section. But It was funny to me reading the comments. That's girl, you don't want him to start wondering. You don't want him to start wondering. You are so young. You can't do that. Let me read some comments. Yes, let me get my insurance. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't always want someone who's always available. Always available. Because that's not going to be the turn off. So you want to know if they busy or they grinding. Now, if you find out they purposely ignoring your calls, then that's a different story. That's a different story. But if y'all both working and y'all do know each other, it's like, especially if I know I'm interested in someone and I want to talk to you, yes, I want to call you and everything. But I'm not gonna be like this. Oh, why you didn't call me? I call you this thing, and they call you back another 5 minutes, and call you next another 5 minutes. Why you not answering my phone call? You better answer my phone call. It's like, no, because we all busy individuals. We don't work with somebody else's time, especially in a dating phase. No, now if y'all in a relationship and y'all in a partner, y'all got married, and y'all understand each other's patterns, then you know what's the best time to call the person and whatever. Not because you know, okay, I know at this certain time, this person gonna be really busy because he's in the meetings at this time or whatever at this time. I ain't gonna be call him at that, or I might just want to text him here and there. Hi, hey baby, I'm thinking about you. What's up? But to always think that someone should always answer your call, it's like that's toxic itself. So all these comments I always in the ladies say, well, he better answer my phone calls. I said, well, okay, so you might get a man who will do the same thing to you. Call you 11 o'clock, call you 11:05, call you 11:10, call you 11:15, call you 11:20, call you 11:25. I know you're going to start getting tired and block that number. Sure. So practice what you preach. If you want the same thing to him doing the same thing, you need to do the same thing as well. That's that. So, like I said, I understand where she was coming from. But let me see. Let me read some of these comments. Let me see what they were saying. One person said, no, it's a no for me. You better answer my phone calls. Somebody else said, works towards being great and pick up every single time I call. Somebody said, when trying to sound deep goes wrong, I understand what she means, but it didn't add up. Let me see. Until they out there embarrassing me because I turned into Joe Joburg real quick. I think she's saying simply have a life outside of me, which is healthy. I love, but he shouldn't be attached to me like a Siamese twin. Boy, go read a book. Somebody put red flags. Let me see. Why be left wondering? A real man won't let you wonder. Okay. Nah, communication is the key. We don't have time to talk all day, but be informed. Yeah, that was some of the comments. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They do. So I was like, okay, I understand where she's coming from. I understand what she was saying. And just think about your own self. What's your level of expectation when someone calls you or someone you dating or you interested in? How often they should answer your call? Do you expect them to answer your call every time you call them? Yes or no? You just think about yourself. And some of these ladies say yes, they better answer my phone call no matter what I call. I don't like doing. You work, but answer my when I call you. I said that's toxic because you want like the same thing happen done to you. Say, man, I'm busy. What you doing? Like, why you keep calling me all the time? Well, you said you want the same thing. So that's that. So if y'all have anything else, we can move into our kinds of people. If y'all got anything else to say. Mm. 24 choices. All right, let me take the picture. So y'all get refreshed of who the characters are again. Y'all know that Oh, let me take this picture home. All right. All right, no problem. No problem. I'll still be here. So y'all remember the characters of Our Constant People. Remind you, after this review, it will be a new episode until November 9th. So let's take a little break with the show. So this is Raymond DuPont, Morris Chestnut, Raymond DuPont. There's Leah Franklin DuPont, that's his wife. Their husband, they married. They've got Aunt Picky, that's Angela's aunt. This is Angela's daughter, Nikki. This is Angela, Yaya DaCosta. Who else? There was Tyreek, Angela and Tyreek as an item. They like each other. They dating. And then he also, the Franklin DuPont, take care of Tyreek when his father died or when his father got killed, whatever, all that stuff. She was only in the first episode, so we ain't gonna really mention her too much. This is Lauren, that's Leah and Raymond's daughter. This is Quincy, that's Leah's and Raymond's son. And this is Mama Liv. This is Raymond's mother. Teddy Franklin, Papa Pope, that's Leah's father. And this is Taylor, that's Lauren's girlfriend. And Pablo, all that stuff. So, all right. It was a good episode, y'all. It was a very good episode. All stuff. I am liking the show. I'm really enjoying it. I appreciate the storyline. I like the pace is going. I like the acting. The storyline keeps it together. It doesn't drags out, but it keeps you on your toes to think what's going to happen, what's next and stuff. And it's going. I like the flow. It's a really good pace of a show, right? And always the melanin. That's always a plus to see great chocolate people, beautiful black people, all shapes and sizes, men and women, acting, doing their role, getting the accolades. I love it. So Angela and Tyreek was in bed. They was in bed, y'all know. They was in little kissing and all that stuff and making out and all that stuff. Now they're in the bed together. I thought, oh, that slept real quick. So they slept together, and she mentioned about, I need the cameras back up because I like this extra safer security. Now he perked up because he felt type of way about that, because I remember the cameras that he stole in her apartment was a way for the Frankers DuPont to keep an eye on Angela, to watch her. So that was their gateway into her apartment, and he knew about that. But when he found out that, well, he started in the behalf of Teddy Franklin and reason why he did that. Now he talked to Teddy Franklin about that and realized why they want to do that. Now he feels type of way about that. So he decided to take it down. They said it was some glitch, but it wasn't no glitch. He just took it down because he wanted to protect Angela. I said, no, this is not right. This is not right to do that. All that stuff. So he did that. And later on, he did tell her about the cameras. And yes, he was being truthful. Yes, he was being honest because he had to tell you. I mean, granted, I think he should have told her. But at least he told her because he was eating at him. And he didn't like it because he likes Angela. He don't like what they're trying to do to her. Like, at the end of the day, he understands what it feels like when to be feel wanted and be with someone and being with a family and stuff like that, because his father died and they took him as their own. He's like a son, but he's not really black blood, and Angela's by blood, and it's why the hell they doing this so good, this girl, and he feels for her. So he told her the truth. Now, she was angry. She was definitely angry, and she just said, F out of here, show. You just did that to use me to get information for Teddy Franklin. You just get that to get information. And he said, no, I like you and everything, and I didn't want to hurt you, so I took it down because I don't think it was right. I think this is right. And she just cut him off. She said, and this is after she asked him to, I know I'm jumping around, but I'm trying to put the story pieces together. Steal the story, my storyline. But because she asked him to be Nikki's dance partner for the cotillion and stuff. And he was flattered, and he said, yeah, I'm honest like that. Because, Nikki's father is in jail for years. He's been in jail, locked up for a while. And I was like, what was the reason he was in jail? She did mention why. She did tell Tyreek that he was in the jail for basically being accessory to murder. They was young, they was robbing someone, and then his partner in crime killed someone. And since he was accessory to that, they put him in jail for a long time. And that's that. And just I was like, oh, sometimes it's cute and all when you think in the moment that y'all getting away with things, y'all doing stuff together, doing illegal stuff together. But when you get caught, it's not cute, especially if you didn't do the act yourself. So the fact that you be accessory and been put in jail for that long time, wow. So that's the reason why he's in jail. I said, oh, sad. So she just was pissed off with Tyreek and told him, get out my face. Do not talk to my family anymore. Do not say nothing to me anymore. I don't care about you. All that stuff. I said, oh, no, not Tyreek. I know what Tyreek look like. That's Tyreek right there. Oh, yeah. So she said that. Next. Raymond texts Alex. So y'all remember Raymond is on his roll path because Teddy Flick is not trying to get his family back, to his Dermott family. No, company, because Dermott, he want his family. Why can he say his family? He want his company back. And the fact that his father-in-law is holding his company hostage, he want to find some leeway to get it back. And he gonna fight dirty. So what he did, he called his ex-wife. And I did get her name last week, but you know that's Melissa the Sosa. Y'all know what she looked like. Melissa the Sosa, her name. One's rapping. If y'all remember Best Man Holiday, all that stuff like that. She was one of the cast members, so y'all know what she looked like. Melissa the Sosa. And she was the ex-wife. And come to find out, based on Mama Liv, hey Brittany, I like. So based on Mama Liv, she was a problem. And she said we had to spend years to recover from her. So I don't know what Alex did, the ex-wife did to the family that make them have to feel like they got to recover. But Raymond said, I don't care. I need some dirt. And I made my decision. Because when he told his mother, Mama Liv, that he wanted to get his company back, Dermott back from Teddy Franklin. And the mama said, see, I was ready for you to fight. I was ready for going to war because I was worried about you, son. I was worried about you. So like, when are you going to fight for something? No. And when he told her that, what's your plan, Alex? She said, oh, no, think that different. Don't do that. Don't go down that road because you know what happened with your ex-wife. You don't want to put that in the fire. It caused a combustion. Like, no, we don't want that. He said, it's already done. I did what I did, and it's already in motion. I said, oh. Y'all remember Mama Liv look like? Mama Liv. Oh, let me take the comment on this. Mama Liv right here. She was telling him, no, don't do that. Do not fight fire with Alex. But he said it's already too late because he's ready to get information from. She's ready to get information from Raymond. And I said, oh, okay. So they was in a barnyard. Mama Liv, Lauren and Quincy and Leah, all that stuff was preparing Lauren for the cotillion. That's like a rites of passage for womanhood and stuff like that. It's like a ceremony for them to aspirations for young girls to transition from young ladies, from children, teenagers to young ladies in society and being a sisterhood, all that stuff like that, cotillion things. So Leah was talking about it because she gave her a horse and she perked out. Lauren's perked out when she saw the horse. And I said, oh, she was very happy of that horse and everything. That's Lauren right there. She was very happy. She enjoyed it. She liked that her mom is very supportive of her. And they were always there. Hey, JW, what's up? Hey, fam. And they was all there. And Leah, in her normal fashion, starts talking about herself. She said, oh, I remember that this time. You know what? And y'all know what sometimes you be hating that when you have your moment with your parent and then they hijack your moment and talk about their own selves. And you don't want to be rude. You said, okay. So how you made this about you? Like, it was about me. So that's what happened. So Lauren was like, Quincy was looking, and Raymond was looking, and Leah was like, and she was just happy. She was happy for her daughter because this is what happened to her, and continuing and everything. He said, "Oh, let me go get something. Let me go get something." So when Leah was going to get something from the area to give it to Lauren or something like that, and they took a selfie, a picture, and that was that. And she left, and she saw Teddy. And Teddy said he would have a specialist to come to look at his thing because he got Parkinson's. I remember that. He got Parkinson's, and his hands are shaking, and he got to take test drugs, experimental drugs. And I said, "Oh, experimental drugs. That's not." Oh. Mm-mm. So he had to take that. The specialist came and gave him pills, and he said he got to take one every 8 hours. He said, "Don't take more than that. Listen to instructions because it could have serious side effects because it's experimental drug. It's still not approved for the way, so it's a trial one with you. So it will have serious effects if you don't follow what I'm giving you. So once every 8 hours." So he said, "Okay, whatever." He took that. So they were talking about how Leah remembers that the cameras that was in Angela's house was taken down. So as Tyreek is really on our side or he's really not on our side, like what's up, what's going on? Because I realized he don't have the video feeds, so he probably on that Angela side. He's not liking her. And he said, "What if he's on her side?" He said, "God help him if he is." I said, "Oh, see, Tyreek, they basically just only use you like you was a pet project. That's all you ever was. Go to them. Yes, they took care of you and money, and we need to know more extent to that. But they feel like because they did that for you, they own you. And God forbid if you go to help Angela, and we the one who pouring into you. We want to help you get your whatever. You got your school, you got degrees and everything. We build you up with the money." So I said, "Oh, Tyreek, we'll see how that goes." So we saw Nikki. Nikki was in her photo shoot, being her beautiful self, and doing photos for the East Crown because she decided to be the face after she just told her mom she can't want to do it because she don't want to do the public pressure. But she only did that because she saw that Taylor and Lauren and all that stuff, and she didn't want that thing to come out if she ever falls for Taylor that she liked women, so she didn't want that ridicule of herself. So that's why she jumped on and said, "I don't want to be the face of Eve Clown." But then her mom was thinking, and Leah was trying to out her mom out and trying to get her business messed up. So Nikki decided to step up and say, "All right, I'll be the face again." So they was there. And Angela was kind of worried because she didn't tell Picky and Nikki that she liked Tyreek and they date. And I said, they probably already know what's going on. It's like, you try to sneak and hide, they already know. So Picky said, "Listen, I know I met him a few times when I was in this thing, and I see the toilet seat setting up. Like, last time I checked, it's all 3 females in this house. So the toilet seat is setting up. You got some men in here." She said, "Okay, all right. I like Tyreek and we kind of dating." He said, "Okay, I know why you trying to hide for him too. And that's what it is." So Nikki was trying to get the Spelman. That's one of the historical, I think it's one of the historical black colleges, Spelman. And an all-female school. And based on the application, they want her to be part of community service. They want her to, what was it? It was something else. Community service is something else that she needs to do. And it was a lot of stuff that she didn't even have the chance to get into, to build her career, to do anything. So I think the continuum would be a way for helping her to get the act, to get that organization and society to back her up. And also it needs to be, one of the things was going to be an interview. Like they need to see her face to face in a setting to see how she is and see if we were able to accept her in the school. So, every school got their different rubrics to get into college. Some want you to write an essay. They want you to take tests. They want you to write all this stuff like that. They want you to be in community service, be active. Because if they see you active, that's what you study, they will think that you will be a good asset to the college. Because if you all study and no work background, no community service, no nothing, they will say, okay, We want a well-rounded person who is good academically, but also good in the social service side. So she was freaking out. And she said, "Oh my gosh, if I can't get in this school, then I don't know what's going on." So Angela, Angela, mom there, she got to protect her daughter. She said, "Listen, I gotta get her into it. I need to help her with any means necessary so she can get the college she wants, because Nikki would be the first in the family to go to college and be a college graduate. And my side of the family, and my mom, she got 3 boys, and I'm the only one who went to college and graduates like that. So that was an accomplishment, because I didn't have no representation of people going to college and getting degrees and all that stuff in my family like that. So to me, I was one of them who was able to go to college and succeed. And also, to be honest, and none of y'all people didn't know this, I got my master's as well. So it's like, it was an accomplishment. Now, I ain't go from a PhD. I was tired of school after that. I said, nah, I was tired of school after that. I said, I ain't going back. I want to do more essays. I want to do more papers. I want to do none of that. Now, I'm taking union classes now to learn skills of a job in the future, but that's something different. That's not like something I have to apply for, do financial aid for, none of that stuff. It's all free, and that's that. So it's extra skills to learn, but all that extra dorm rooms and papers and 15-page essay, 20-page research papers, I'm done with all that. I couldn't do that anymore. So that's why I ain't go for the PhD. So I said, nah, I ain't doing it. So Angela talked to Leah about that, and she said, I'll try to get my daughter in and everything. And Leah, this episode, she was calm. She was chill. She wasn't that cutthroat like she was. But she did talk to Angela about that. She said, okay, I'll get you in and all that stuff, because she feels sorry about Angela. But she said, you got to pay the $25,000 fee, though. I mean, that's not negotiable. So, yes, I get her in, but you got to pay that fee. And she said, Angela said, okay, I got it. Mom's going to do what they got to do to get their daughters into what they need to get into. So that's what happened. And continue. So, and I'm talking about, if y'all watch this thing, put your comments down, y'all. I don't keep talking. Yeah. So what else? So the cotillion thing, they had to prepare for the thing. I had this in college, like a learning about etiquettes, the dinner tables etiquettes. You got your different type of forks, the spoons, where they got laid out, how to protect how you proper etiquette at the dinner table, for interviews and stuff like that. Because I learned that in college, like different ways. If you have a dinner interview, this is what you do. You got to manage that. Don't order anything sloppy. Don't anything greasy. Order light kind of meal and everything, and be respectful. All that stuff. Know what forks or what to use, what things to use, what spoons to use, what all that stuff. And Nikki was like, "Oh my god!" Everybody was like, "Oh, that's naughty chicks." The naughty chicks in that freaking area was looking at Nikki. I was like, I said, what the hell are you sizing up for? Look at the teacher. Shit, what are you looking at me for? Being all snotty and snoopy. I said, oh, that pussy chicks. So it was foreign language thing, because she was rapping off that freaking list. She said, this is your salad fork, this is fork, this is a knife fork, this is this, this is this, this is this one, this is a blade. I was all scrambling in her mind, learning about all that. And then they had to do the dancing. For the fathers had to dance for the children. Oh, Brittany, yes. Yes, they was still snoopy and snobby. Like I said, girl, why are you looking? And you can throw chicks like that. Like you walking, they ain't gonna be snobby, snoopers like you a plague or something. Like I said, girl, you don't freaking stop screwing up your face at me. I hated those seasons. Yes. Well, you can learn about those things, just like that. And shoot. So it was the father had to practice dancing with their daughters for the cotillion. And Nikki was sad because her father's in jail. So everybody had their fathers dancing with them. And she was like, and I know how that feels like when when you have this an event that you need your mom or you need your father there and they not absent, they absent in your life and they're not there, you will feel type of way about that a little bit. It's like that. And you know, her being a teenager, she always yearns for what her father looked like, what her father is, and everything. Angela always hit the fact and probably hit her father identity all this long time because she didn't want her to worry. So Angela, as Mama Fashion got to do, got to play Mommy and Daddy. She took the thing on, the blazer on her, asked her mom and dad. She said, "Mom, come on, that's embarrassing." I said, "She got to do something." Yes. So they got dancing. Leah said, "Oh, hold up. This is supposed to be a father-daughter thing. This not, no. And she said, "What's up?" I said, "Wow, gotta be man. You know, women these days gotta be mother and father these days." All that stuff. She said, "As cute as that sound, and I understand you, but it is tradition for all that gotta be a male figure." So, Mr. Abraham, yes, come dance with Nikki. Come dance with Nikki. And she said, "Why I gotta be and it's like that?" And she said, listen, we ain't going through here, Angela. It's non-negotiable. Mr. Abraham, that's just that." So that's what prompted her to ask Tyreek to be a dance for a partner for Nikki because she don't want her to feel bad, and the man got to be do it. So why not Tyreek could do it? Yes, right. It's snobby for no reason. Snobby as snooty as hell. Well, so Nikki and Taylor, y'all remember this is Nikki and Taylor. Nikki and Taylor talk. And they say, you know what, it's going to be crazy because remember, Lauren said she wanted to make her relationship public with Taylor. So Nikki and Taylor decided to fall back. Remember, this is after they made it public, Taylor and Nikki did kiss. I said, see, this kissing cousins and this one girl kissing people, acting is on point. Not in real life, the acting is on point. For real. That's what I'm saying. Shoot. So Taylor kissed Nikki and everything, all that stuff. And this is the time they say, you know what, we gotta be cool, all that stuff. They signed into these friends, we just hang out and stuff like that. And they said good. And she wanna make it like work with Lauren. All right, so while they was talking, Lauren interrupted her because she saw them talking to each other. And I said, all right. Oh, so she asked Taylor to go to continue with her and let's be escorts for each other. Now Taylor said, listen, I ain't wearing no dress. So I'm telling you that now. All that stuff. So Lauren said, okay, cool. She was happy. And I said, oh, that's nice. I said, she'll really go walk down the aisle of Taylor. I said, that's fine. It's 2021. It's happy. People good with that. All that stuff. And, you know, Nikki was feel some way about that. So she removed herself. So later on, found out Nikki and Taylor, because it was like after it was before the continuing. So Nikki and Taylor talk in a party bus or something like that. Party bus. And while they talking, and they kissing together, I said, did y'all say they're gonna be friends? So what's up with this? They're gonna be friends, they're gonna be kissing each other. Like, what's this back and forth thing? It's annoying. So this one, Lauren came in and walked in on Nikki and Taylor. All right. And she also told Nikki, like, listen, Lauren told Nikki, like, listen, I know you want to get the Spelman. So I know the representative is like, she always trying to get me to recruit in our school since I was like 10th grade or something like that. I could get you in, girl. There's no problem. I could talk to you. She could come in and she could view you and continue and stuff like that. Now she had her mom viewing because after she saw that Nikki and Taylor kiss. So now she said she want to be the helpful cousin and be there for her. And I said, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. Don't trust her. Like she won't do all that. So this was the time that Nikki talked to Tyreek and she told Tyreek about the true nature why Nikki's father was in jail. Now, we talked about that. So Leah and Raymond was in bed. And Leah was frisky. She was working on her laptop, and she trying to have a little private time with her husband, and all that stuff like that. And after she got a laptop, he got in the room, she closed the laptop, it was talking to him and said, this going on, so stuff. So he asked her about Our Legacy LLC. And I think that's something that Alex picked up. And she texted him about that. So he asked her. And she said, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know anything about that. Mama, she do know about, excuse me. She do know about that. She just tried to hide the fact that she don't want to tell him that. But she does know about the LLC. So he said, oh, let's go in the shower. Meet me in 5 minutes. He said it's 3 minutes. So he said next 3. Whatever. She got in the shower. She's ready. So he went to check her laptop and realized that, yes, she was looking at something on the LLC in her laptop, and she had something on it. So now he feels like it burned out that she lied to him in his face. I said, oh, no, that's not good. So this is time that Lauren was fitting her dress for the cotillion, because they all had to wear a pure white dress for the cotillion and all that stuff like that, and getting things together. And meanwhile, at the same time, Angela was looking at Nikki and seeing different dresses. And Nikki said a lot of the dresses that Nikki was wearing, it was nice, especially the third one she wore, which had that half sleeve like that. It was nice, but she saw something else that she wanted, and it was at the store. And Angela said, listen, I'm gonna get it for you. You know, Mama's always gonna make it work to make it work. So she gonna get it for her and stuff like that. And meanwhile, when she talked to Nikki told her, said, listen, Tyreek told her the truth about what's happened, so you cut him off. She said, yeah. She said, that's what you do. Like, so you gotta learn how to forgive. It's like, at least he told you the honest. She told you the truth. He could have just kept that as a secret and give him a chance. All that stuff. And then she said, especially he's fine. All that stuff. They started laughing. So she gave him a chance, and they want to work on. And listen, she told Tyreek, Angela told Tyreek, listen, I know something about that night because it was a video came on my mom. It's like it was some drug thing, and I think he made my mom to take the fall for it. And we could find out. And that's why they just started talking about how Tyreek, they were saying that Teddy Brother Lewis was murdered by a drug dealer. It's like that. So maybe he took that to the heart or something like that. So they have journals because he had nothing else, but he had journals. It was in freaking Teddy's office. So they got to try to figure out the way to get into that office to get that journals to see what's going on, to get some information. So he helping Angela at this point. And basically, it's called family dinner. So Angela said, listen, I always want to be part of the family. I guess it's time to be part of that family. That's what Angela went to talk to Teddy about that. She went to talk to Teddy about fitting in and finding her thing and being vulnerable, and they feel like he wasn't there for her when she was growing up, and she feels like a way about that and all that stuff. And they were going back and forth. And he said, listen, we got a family dinner. Can you come? You can come tonight for the family dinner. And she said, okay, cool. All right, I'll come. And meanwhile, when she left, he went into the book and put out the letter. So I think, yes, Lee is a hater. So Teddy Franklin put up the letter. So that's probably the letter that Teddy, not Teddy, what's his name? Because I don't think they even said his name. Nikki's father in the jail put up the letter. So maybe that's the letter that he wrote to Teddy, and he put it in his book. Because he said he thought that Angie came up there to get money to get the cotillion, so he could say he could pay for it. He could write a little check and pay for it. She said, no, I got it. I pay as part of the local my dresses, my mom own dresses, stuff like that, to get the money that I get, and I have enough money to get some for the fees. He said, okay, cool. He said, you ain't gonna put no money in my figure face and think I gonna freaking take it because you gonna owe me. No, we ain't doing that. So I was like, what was in that letter? What did Nikki's father ask him, Teddy, or whatever? But based on the people, it felt like he's gonna come out. Teddy gonna help that guy to come out. So I said, oh. And remember, also Angela mentioned that she probably regret probably keeping a secret of Nikki's father identity for this long time. You know, sometimes you do want to protect your children, but sometimes when your children get older and they start asking questions, now they got you to start thinking about your decision, whether you did the right decision or not. And sometimes you may feel like that was the right decision at the time. and you just gotta lay back. And like your daughter's getting older, so she probably needs to like to know. Right? So Mama Liv and Leah were talking to Lauren about the dress fitting, and that was that. And Leah came up and told Mama Liv and Leah, her mom, no, Lauren told Mama Liv and Leah, her mom, that she wanted to get escorted down to continue with Taylor. And Mama Liv, Mama Liv is the old-fashioned lady. The old-fashioned ladies, like, listen, we can't have that. It's all about image. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I think because she said they met like when they was in school. It's kind of like that. So, whether it's an ongoing affair or they just slept one time and got pregnant, got knocked up, all that stuff. Because she did say they were met in school and they was liking each other. They was like relationship or something like that. Until he did some stupid stuff and he got involved with someone who was accessory, and she was accessory to murder, and now he put himself in jail. So she said they was like school lovers, all that stuff, and so Mama Liv, when Lauren told Mama Liv and Leah, her mom, that she wanted to get escorted down with a female, Taylor, she said, Taylor, your friend? So Mama Liv said, oh, no. That my old school ladies, they say, oh, no, not the men. No, you cannot be escorted down a female. What's going on? And Leah shut it down because Mama Liv about to go off on her rant about, this is not acceptable. It's your image. You can't have that. We can't have no, about to go do ignorant stuff. So Leah shut it down. She said, no, well, you got my blessings. This is 2021. It's like that. Get with the program. It is what it is. You got my blessings. It's safe. It's good. You got to be yourself and walk in your truth and be who you are as a lady. It doesn't make you a less of a lady. So Leah said, yes, you have my permission. There you go. Walk down and continue with Taylor. And that was a happy moment for Leah and Lauren because Lauren wanted to be accepted by her mom. Now, her grandma, she still left her grandma. My grandma would go off for her about that. But Leah saved the day and said, listen, no, you have my blessing. You can do it. And she was very happy. All right, so. Okay, so now we get to Cotillion, right? And freaking all these ladies were saying things. The rep from Spelman was there because Lauren said she had the hookup connection. She could be there and you could show yourself a privilege. I can do that. So Nikki mind that Lauren was helping her, right? Get a connection, family. Yeah, Mama Liv. Yeah, that's Raymond's mother. But she was there as the grandma with the dress filling. So Leah's mom is in the crazy house. But Mama Liv and Leah was there with Lauren for the dress filling. And Mama Liv was about to go off about that. Because, she's all about the image. She's the high class, old school lady that is by the books. So Mama Liv was about to pass out when she heard about her granddaughter wanting to get escorted down with another lady. So like that. No, ma'am. That's not in my book. So they each was sharing a speech about the aspiration, what they want to do, what school they want to go to, and also like that. And the recruiter for Spelman was looking at Nikki, and she was very impressed a little bit. And because at the end of their speech, they had to put their speech in and light up the candle. Before Nikki even light up the candle, why I keep saying camel? I'm not riding no camels. What the hell's going on? Before Nikki light up the candle, Lauren got her ass up. They said, excuse me, before you light it up, I just say something on my cousin. I'm about to say something. Yeah, she went through a lot and all that stuff and everything and yada, yada, yada. And she reset her life and she's starting over. She's starting over for her when she grew up, and she want to make a new name of herself, a new life at the beginning, especially after she had the criminal record and all that stuff like that. And everybody was like, the school said, oh my gosh, criminal record. And I was sitting here looking at the house and, oh no, she didn't. No, she didn't. I said, why? You were saying all good stuff until you mentioned that she had a criminal record. Or because you saw Taylor kiss freaking Nikki. If you mad, you should be mad at Taylor. That's the one you profess your love to go public with. Right? Yes, granted it's a cousin, but y'all just met each other as cousins. Yeah, she spilled the tea. She spilled the tea and said, oh, she had a criminal record, all that stuff and everything. And everybody was appalled. Angela was like, what's going on? So Nikki ran out because she felt embarrassed. Lauren ran out after her, all that stuff, and said, what was that? He said, you got a criminal record. Well, my thing got taken away. Because Lauren had a criminal record too, but the charges was dropped. So they got expunged. But Nikki's record is still there. So obviously they probably still want to find out she had a record and everything, probably ask her about that, but damn. Yeah. For real. I would have showed y'all what kind of record I got. But then again, I'm glad that she walked away and she ain't doing anything else because she want to change her image. But what I do know, Nikki got my life together. She said, we gotta get this family back. I got you. I'm gonna help you too. And that's how they got to the dinner table. Because it was like, listen. But back home on Lauren, because when Taylor came out, because Taylor was sitting right there, because Taylor was part of continuing herself. So, excuse me, she was part of continuing herself. So she saw the freaking nasty stuff that day. Leah didn't like that either. And I'll get to that in a minute. Leah didn't like that. I said, what was that? What was that? Angela, everybody was like, come on, you didn't have to mention that. You didn't mention that at all. And that's how I just met you, cousin. So I've got no freaking loyal relationship to you. Meet me outside. Shoot. So she ran off. Taylor broke up with Lauren. She said, no, we can't do that. We're not cool. I don't like that. Obviously, you changed. She said, no, I did that because I saw you. I said, no, we ain't cool. I'm not with you anymore. I know you forget about me escorting you down to continue either. And Lauren's face cracked. Girl, I got your face, girl. Your face cracked. Shoot, she dumped you real quick because you want to be messy. So they was in the house. So Angela was like, no, I'm not going because my daughter needs me. Because, I love Angela. It's like she always think about her daughter, her feelings like that. She said, yeah, family-ish. Especially with family, you just now knowing that's your family. No, we got no figure loyalty right now, girl. Shoot. Let me see. Yeah, so Angela was talking to Aunt Picky. What's going on? What happened? Aunt Picky got caught up on what was said and what was happening. Right? And then she said, no, I'm not going. Because I was like, no, I'm not going to that dinner. My daughters need me. This is an embarrassing moment for her. I need to be here for her. Nikki said, F that. We going. You going to this dinner party and I'm going to this dinner party. We going to wreck havoc. I got some revenge on. She's going to blow my cover up. No, I'm going to help you get the information you need to take down Teddy Fagan, whatever you need to take down, and then what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, Nikki loved her grandma. And what she always had a close relationship with her grandma. The fact that her grandma was named was thrown in the mud, dirt in her name. No, she said, no, I'm be with you, mom. Let's get together. We go do something. And I said, all right, Nikki. And Angela said, all right. I'll pick and say, hey, sure, you better get it where you get it. Yep, your daughter said right. I said, I guess we go to the dinner party tonight. I said, I guess we are too. Because no, you ain't get to play me like that. And then I get to call around. I get to climb in my bed and cowering when you out here living your life. No, we ain't doing that. So let's play this game. So it was kind of like a revenge. She said she will get back. So at the dinner table, they was always there. They all look nice and all stuff. And Franklin welcome Angela and Nikki to the family and stuff. And they sat down at the dinner table. And Nikki want to get up and talk. While Nikki was getting up to talk, here go Lauren. 'Cause And she said, "Oh, excuse me, am I boring you? And I'm making you tired?" All that stuff like that. And Leah and Angela about to say something, but Leah said, what's up with that? Because you acting really shady, Sister Cotillion. You know what? This is messed up. You doubted this lady. You're supposed to uplifting. I said, Pop color came back. You wasn't uplifting Angela, but it's a different story. So you supposed to be uplifting. It's a sister. This is your cousin and everything. You did that. Like, you embarrassment, all that stuff. You know what? You out of Cotillion. I said, ooh, out of Cotillion. Out of Cotillion. She said, "Oh, Raven said, you do too much." She said, "No. She out of Cotillion. Give me that phone. No, you're doing the most. You know what? Get upstairs. Get upstairs. You acting crazy. Babs in a family like that. You gonna act like you. What's in your butt? What's in your butt? You got a stick up your butt, something like that. What's wrong with you, girl?" I said, "Ooh, Leah." I would say Leah let her daughter. Her daughter Lauren went upstairs. She said, up there. So Nikki played it off like she was so hurt about Lauren's actions. So she ran off. Angela had to go ran off of that. And Nikki was an actress because with Baby, Angela's like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And she said, "Oh my gosh, you give me a heart attack, girl. I believe you." She said, "Hey, I gotta make it I gotta make it entertaining, shoot." And she said, go there. I go act like, she said, "Listen, everybody ask for me. I just want to get fresh in my makeup or something like that, or everything, and I come back. I went outside." She said, "Cool." So we went back. At this time, they was all sitting down in silence, the freaking DuPonts, whoever was left, and they was like, "Teddy, oh, what's going on here?" So Teddy, arm was shaking. His arm was shaking. I think it was the right arm. His arm was shaking, and then he got frustrated. So he went back to his office, took 2 pills. Remember, it was supposed to say 1 every 8 hours. So he took 1 earlier. This was another 8 hours, so he took 1. But then it started acting up again, so he took 2. I said, "Oh, he told you it's going to be crazy effects if you take more than 1 every 8 hours. So he took that. Meanwhile, Angela was in the freaking office, roaming around to find different things. She saw a picture on the mantle, and she was looking at that. And then she was taking a while. So Tyreek came over there. He said, "What you doing here?" It's like, "Nigga, finally." He said, "You taking too long. We gotta have him also." Because he's right there, his bathroom right there, so he could see you that you're here. So they were swarming around. He found 2 books. They put it in the back of his pants pocket under his blazers, and they kissed. And he said, "We gotta get out because he could see us and all stuff. We don't want to might catch us." Meanwhile, that's what Teddy fell down to the ground. So he fell down to the ground, and while he fell down, I said, "Oh, that's a side effect of a medication." He saw a men's shoes with red bottoms, the red shoes. So, and then he was hearing voices. So obviously it was Tyreek and Angela. So I was like, "Oh snap!" They didn't even know he was the next Doom Boom at this time. So, and that's how the episode ended. That's how the episode ended. Like I said, it was a good episode. I had enjoyed it. It was good. And now we got a 2 weeks break before it come back. It come back November 9th on Tuesday on Fox. So get into it, y'all. It was good, y'all. Anything left for all kinds of people before we get to the next topic? So we got 2 weeks break, y'all. So I remember I said this Wednesday we're gonna do all kinds of people, Queens and Games People Play. All kinds of people is not coming back to 2 weeks on November 9th. So we will do Insecure, Games People Play, and Queens this Wednesday. All right. Let's jump ship into this new next topic. Can you kill Papa Pope? They need to kill his characterization in this show because he's just like Papa Pope in this show. Shoot, straight scandal role in there. Sure, I don't know they're gonna kill Papa Pope because he seemed like he's still alive based on the previews. So He passed out, and I think based on the previews. And first of all, I go to the previews that Leah supposed to found him. So maybe when they come back on November 9th, we will see Leah finding her father on the ground. So 109:54. All right, y'all. So I have found this article somewhere. I was going through Twitter, and I found something about Wisconsin passes this law. So I haven't read it thoroughly yet with y'all, so I'm going to read it, and it's going to be my first time reading it with y'all. So I have a same initial reaction how y'all read it. Y'all going to have, and if y'all did heard it or read it before, put there in the comments how y'all feel about this, because I want to make a discussion. All right, so let me read it, and then we talk about it. So Wisconsin lawmakers on Wednesday approved a bill that will expand labor laws, allowing 14 and 15-year-olds to work until 11 p.m. on certain days in a push to boost small businesses. The proposed bill, SB 22, will allow the group to work between hours of 6 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. on work days before a school day, and between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. when there is no school the next day, Insider reported. But the measure will only apply to businesses exempt from the Fair Labor Standards Act. The state currently adheres to federal guidelines that stipulate the group only can work between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. for June 1st to Labor Day, and between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. thereafter. Yes, the measure will uphold federal laws limiting teens to 6 days work per week and uphold hours restrictions, restraining the group to 3 hours per day on school days and 8 hours on non-school day. Let me see. I'm going to change it. What else? What was this? Said that the state's committee in June that expanded the laws for younger people. Okay, yeah. So State Senator Mary Filarski and State Rep Amy Lobenbeck said before the State's Committee on Labor and Regulatory Reform in June that expanding the laws for younger people could benefit smaller businesses during peak seasonal rushes. Businesses throughout the state see a massive increase in traffic during the summer tourist season, so much that it could be difficult to find employees to work odd hours in seasonal times. The measure received pushback from Democratic lawmakers, including Senator Bob Wirtz, who said kids should be doing their homework, being in school instead of working more hours, adding that the extended hours could lead to more curfew violations. Wisconsin has more than 3.1 million in the workforce, according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. All right, so when I read this, I started working since I was 15 years old. I had a job since I was 15, and now I'm 35. So I've always been working since I'm 15. And I worked after school. And then, the summer program, summer youth program was during the summertime and all that stuff. But I don't think I would never necessarily see me working up till 11 p.m. They say on days where it's not school, but it's 9:30 something through days when you're in school. No, that's the time I'm supposed to be doing homework and do activities and being with kids. And yes, that's my age. I'm 35. And being kids and going to school and going to bed early for that stuff. What I will allow a 14 or 15 years old working till 11 p.m. at night for, whether they have school or not. That's kind of dangerous. Now, I don't know how Wisconsin is compared to other states and everything, but will you allow your 14, 15 years old to work that late, even if it's not a school day, just because you need business because it's high traffic? What about people who don't have jobs right now? Can you hire them? It's very hard to get difficult people to work seasonals and odd job hours. Yes, because maybe adults that have children and stuff like that, but there are some people who want a job. So you being very picky for them to even get the jobs. But you want to have teenagers to work so they could work thing. And somebody was saying mentioned that how Wisconsin want to increase the labor hours, but they will not increase the minimum wage. I know New York increased the minimum wage to 15, at least 15 an hour, stuff like that. Because before that, it was less than that. But minimum wage is so far at least 15. So I don't know I would think I want my teenager to work that late. Yes, and some parents will not let you work when you're in school. They would say no, you should focus on school and only school. And now some people sometimes like me working 15 hours. I always like to have the extra money in my pocket, to have the extra income and stuff like that. And you know what? I didn't start working. Well, 15, 14, 15, that was senior year in high school. So I didn't start working until I got to senior year. And yeah, before that, I was doing summer youth. But you start summer youth when you're 14. Yeah, I think you start summer youth when you're 14. So summer youth, but I think that's too late because somebody going to come. Yes, it's like too late to work that late, especially they teenagers. You don't know how safe it is to be out there to have your child to work so late, even if it's not a school night. And then at 9:30, no, they should be in bed. And now they're gonna be working, and then they have to go to do homework. They probably got to come home and do homework because they go to school and go to school and they go straight to work and they come home. They got to do their homework and then they got to go to bed and stuff like that. And they wake up. They probably won't get to school on time. They probably will be late and stuff like that. So, and so like that. And then people, what about if they want to do an activity? What about they want to be in a school dance team or school sports team or whatever in the after school program? And even though I think they say they won't be every day, they only certain hours a day, like 3 certain hours a week, hours a week. But I don't know. Yeah, it's miserable uphold federal laws limiting teens to work to 6 days of work per week and a whole hours up to 3 hours per day. Yeah, 3 hours per day. So maybe they could. But I was thinking, what if anyone do anything else besides that? Also, I can imagine criminals thinking they can rob a place because there's a bunch of kids in there day and night. Yeah, I do imagine that too. I do. So I is not for the labor law. It's like that. So granted, they could work, but I don't think extending to 11 p.m. or any other hours late than that when they gotta go to school is the reason to go because you want to increase. Then yes, small businesses do need help. Don't get me wrong, they do need help and they do need the manpower and they do need employees and stuff like that. But there are people out there who wants to have a job. So stop being so picky on the hiring. I'm saying everybody, but these are some small businesses who does need the expertise and y'all probably need the manpower. So just don't throw children in there because you want to increase your labor um statistics and money income in your businesses. Yes, do a program where you hire people who want to help other small businesses and small program and do work on their skills, help them out, so like that, so they could be able to be ready for the workforce. And I know you might have people who collect unemployment, so like that, who could work in these businesses, and they could be full time afterwards. It's like, hey, granted, yes, kids who 14, 15 year old who want to work, yes, they want to work, but to say they could work up to 11 o'clock, that's not good. So if y'all anything else about that, y'all let me know before we move on to the next one, which is Ready to Love. Let me get this picture out of here because I had this picture while I had the name on. All right. The times them do the thing. What's up? See ya. Yeah, I think that's that. So it's other avenues that you can help children in that way to expand that workforce like that to do it to the 11 o'clock. But move on to Ready to Love. Did y'all see Ready to Love this past Friday? If y'all not, did y'all see my watch along? So, because y'all can see the episode. I posted on my Instagram, so it's there, y'all. So it was a good episode. Like I stated, Brittany was on the live with me, and one of my college friends was on the live with me, and we was getting down to the get down with people on the show. So if y'all seen it and y'all know anything, y'all please put it down in the comment section, everything, and because I want it to be more interactive. And let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. So we all know last week Lamont went home. Lamont went home and Libba went home. It's a Libba. Libba is the middle third person on the top row. And Lamont is the first top left person right there. Their names is there. They went home because they didn't give a good enough impression to the rest of the people that they're all ready to love. So they had to eliminate 2 people. And they kept thinking douchebag Corey, who was in the top right corner, in when they took the nice guy Lamont out. I heard about these folks. Right? So let's get into it. Let's just get into it, y'all. So remember Tasia is the second person next to Aisha in the bottom row. She was bothered about being in the bottom 2 last week with Libba because she said, I thought I had a good connection with a lot of these guys, and I got half these guys' numbers, and they were playing my face and everything. Why they put me in the bottom 2? And that was so they just try to sit there, and she want to get down to the get down. And I forgot who came earlier, whatever. I know Corey was one of the people, and some other people. And she was talking, and Corey said, let's say, you know why? Because this is happening and everything. And she said, what do you want me to do? Fight for them for you? Like, we just met. This is dating competition. So it was little jokes and everything. But yeah, she was still bald. I said, Tasia, step up your game, girl, a little bit. And not also that, the way he was coming up with kind of guys, he was like, first he was talking to Walter, what's wrong with you? You 40-something years old, you got no kids. What's wrong with you? And didn't even know his background story. And then you was firing the questions to people, and people don't get to know you yet. So maybe that's where we're in the bottom too, because we don't know much about you, Cecilia. Every time we get you, you always saying that, oh, well, I'm good. Well, the next one who got, they're going to be satisfied. They're going to be good. They're going to be good. So I said, how do we know they're going to be good? What do you give that we know that you so good? What else are you giving us? You're not giving us. She said, well, I can't even tell my people what I'm doing. All I know is me, my bed, and my man, me, my man, and my bed. I said, that's fine. So you don't want to share your sexual expectations, but that's fine. But what else are you giving us to make us believe who you are to see it? Because every time you keep saying that you are the package, you are the prize. I said, well, that's where you're in the bottom too, girl. Live with it. So y'all remember Frank, right? Frank is the top person, second person in the top row. And he said that he want 3 children. I said, oh, remember Frank is the he owns the mixer. What's his name? The connoisseur. He's the drink person. He's the director. He owns something like that. Whatever. We'll get into it. Yeah. We'll get into it. Got my friend. Yeah, he's a beverage brand owner. Yes. And he does that. And he does the drinking and all stuff. He got a company. And he wants 3 children. So he said, oh, okay, 3 children. All right, Frank. Get them together. Oh, Carrington, y'all. Carrington is this bottom right person right here, bottom left. And he, throughout this episode, he had the tendency to ask questions and fire questions like it's an interview process. He's very surface level, and he doesn't go any deeper. And he also, remember, he's also the one that we always clowning that he made this whole elaborate title just for saying you was a nightclub promoter or you was an event planner. You're an event promoter. Just say you're a event promoter and you're a nightclub promoter. You don't have to say you're a marketing the firm CEO or something like that. Boy, you don't market nothing. You're an event planner. A event promoter and a nightclub promoter. That's all what you are. And basically what you're giving us, that's what you're describing. You're a club promoter. So keep it calm down, boy. So he's very surface level. So when he was talking to Kerry, remember Kerry, right here, the bottom middle person, he was asking an interview-like questions. So what's your stat? What's up with this? If you had to do this and that, and this is this that. I said, oh, I'm asking if I'm applying for a job or I'm applying to be a next soulmate. Like, what is this? Like, let's have a genuine conversations. Yes, questions gonna be evolved, but those final questions like I'm gonna pick an interview. I'm not asking you to be my boss. So what's this? What's that? What's that? The final questions is like, gosh, are you interviewing me or are we supposed to get to know each other? So she said the first time she interacted with Carrington, he was like that. And she said the second time he interacted with him, he's also like that as well. So it's like, Carrington, you gotta give him something. Because right now it's not looking good for you at all. So y'all know Camille. Y'all remember Camille? Camille was the lady that said she was the Black Widow and she was engaged 3 times and she get men wrapped around her finger and then she get into it thinking this ain't gonna be anything more. And after a while, I guess after the engagement, she just cut him off. He said, oh, well, I'm playing. I don't really like this relationship anymore. So that's Camille. She's at the 4th person in the bottom row. And that's that. And remember, we had talked about how she claimed someone already on the first freaking night when they was in that mixer. Like she talked to Cornelius and she ready to claim Cornelius as a man. I said, girl, where that Black Widow title came from? Because I could have sworn you was going to play this game like the men play this game. Play this game like the men play. But you up here getting cooked up to the first guy you sat down with, Cornelius. This is Cornelius, right? The 4th person on the top row. I said, girl, can you get into it? Can we get into it? Like, why are we doing this? Oh, he's my man. He's my boyfriend. Yes, he's all that. Yes, he's my man. I was like, Camille, you doing too much, girl. So, Camille, we're talking to Walter. I'm going back and forth with the pictures, y'all, so y'all know who I'm talking about until we start really getting to know these people. Walter is the 2nd person in the bottom row. And she asked him, I know this is too early and young, but what's your credit score? I said, granted, y'all, yes, at some point in a life, you will know that. But on the first day, on some date when you're trying to get to know a person, this wasn't even a date. This was still a get to know you for get to know you phase, and sitting down and trying to talk to people and get the feel of the vibe. So if that's the question you lead with. You gotta be wary when people lead with questions about finance. It's like, okay, so are you more into someone to take care of you and their finances like that? Yes, you want that security later on, but have that conversation when we are really deep into the relationship, also like that, or at least before we tie the knot down, whatever. Also, in a relationship, we have a conversation about finance and credit and all that stuff. Then we can have that conversation. But not on the first time. Do you even know what his favorite color is? Do you know what he likes to eat? Do he even know what you like to eat? Do he even know what you like to wear? Do he like this is stuff that we need to know a little bit, surface level stuff, and then you go to the deep stuff. But not say, oh, what's your credit score? Like I said, girl. And you knew that was not the type of questions to ask at the beginning, but you just wanted to ask it anyway. So Walter said, oh, we going there. That's all right. So Courtney, y'all. Courtney is the bottom right person. And oh, right here, Camille is the bottom 4 person, right here. She's next to Kerry, right there. You see her with the green. That's Camille. And you remember Camille? Camille was the one who had that freaking big space part in her hair in that scene when she sat there at that group date and we was clowning her freaking part in her hair. That was Camille right there. And I was like, girl, why you had to wave with your freaking hair freaking line look like a freaking street raceway? It's like, girl, it look like a freaking street. Yes. Her freaking hair was so part looked like a car could drive through it. So Courtney said that, listen, physical touch is her love language. Because they were talking about love languages throughout the episode here and there too. And Courtney said, I like physical touch. Not meaning that gotta be a sexual thing, but I need to listen, I like the physical touch when I'm in the kitchen crying and cooking you someone's gonna eat. You come behind me and smack my behind. That's a love language she likes. I said, all right, Courtney, you better get it. And Courtney was saying, listen, I need to try. Corey, bless his heart. Sabrina was talking to Corey. This is Sabrina, the top right person right here. Sabrina. She was talking to Corey. And Corey was like, he basically got no game. He basically have no game. That's why he does that cookie cutter responses to females. See who will take the bait, and then he take them out on the first date. He usually does well on the first date, like he said. And then, but when he goes to second, third, or fourth date, or at least the second date, it doesn't work well. Because they realize how douchebag you are, how corny you are. So they don't want to deal with you. And so he got no game. He want to talk to Sabrina and try to ask her for the date so fast and not even get to know her. She said, listen, calm down, boy. Like, I don't even know. You don't even ask her any questions about me. You don't even know anything about me. You're trying to get to know you. It's like, and she told him, like, listen, at the end of the day, what you're doing is rubbing me the wrong way because I don't know. I can't fear for you. You're not giving me anything to make me want to go on a date with you. But that's his memo. He want the date. He just wanted to take the date. Take the date. Go on the date. I said, boy, you gotta play some game a little bit. Not great. So not everybody probably have a game. And that made me think that he maybe probably was never like that before. He probably growing up the person who people didn't even look up to. That he got his nice body and he probably got the gym train and stuff and all that stuff. Like people started looking at him. And now he started filling his head up like he's the Mac G. So I said, Corey, help yourself. So Corey became he played the hero. So Mumin, you remember Mumin? Mumin, she's the top left person right here. This person, I don't know. Look at the camera right here. That's right there. Right there. Mumin. Her car tire caught a flat. And Corey saved the day and helped her change the tire. No, she didn't help her change the tire. He changed the tire for her. And I said, oh, okay, that was nice for him to do that. And I'll say, you know what? Since he did that, I would give him the date. Like, I would say the same thing. I would say, listen, he changed the tire for me. He didn't have to do that because sometimes people will look at you and just walk right past you. See you standing there trying to get help for your car, and they would keep walking right past you. And listen, I don't need to stop. I got stuff to do. So he stopped and he helped her. And she gave him a date. And I said, oh, okay. So during this date he had with Mumin, he took her to some freaking wilder nature, woods type area and sat on a log and put a blanket on the log. And I guess they ate something or whatever. But I said, this is the date. Granted, not every day had to be a dinner, sit down, have a dinner or something like that, but I do like to eat, so we could do that. That's a good preferred day. But why was straddling this log? And what the hell they was eating? Because I was saying to my whole figure Instagram live, I said, did they eat? Did they have fruits? Did they snack or something? Because all I saw was a blanket. So they sat there and they talked and everything. And I guess they were about to leave or something. So he got up and went behind her while she straddled behind her back. I said, boy, what's going on? Gave her no warning. He just came with behind her. I was like, and just started up. I said, what the hell's going on? I said, Corey, he said, oh, it's like a horseback. And I said, Dan, why would you think go on horseback riding then? Shoot. I mean, granted, he probably wouldn't spend that much money for the first day, but still. Dudes are adventurous. I would rather have that kind of date and then go somewhere to eat. But you straddle the freaking log and make it look like it was a freaking horse and sat behind us and try to role play. And he said, oh, okay. So she would say that he was a little corny and nerdy and so like that. He's not that type of douchebag, Doug type of boy that he trying to present himself to be. And he said, boy, back up. Shoot, 6 feet, right? Shoot, we're still in the panorama. Shoot, up in here. Even though we got vaccinated still. He up and behind, hunching my back. I said, well, damn. Shoot. So Walter, the second person at the bottom, Walter, Cornelius right here, the fourth person on the right, on the top. Courtney and Camille went on a group date. Camille set this date up, not because she wants to sit down and really get to know Walter, because she went on a date with Walter while Courtney went on a date with Cornelius, so they had a group date. She wanted to set that date up so she could see Cornelius interacting with Courtney, and also if they get out of line, she would check them or check him or check her. And I said, so you basically wanted to watch Cornelius. You set this group date just to watch him. So instead of telling Walter, listen, I'm going to use as a wingman, I'm not really interested in him like that. I just wanted to see what he's giving. So you're going to watch the other guy to see how he interact with it. I said, girl, we're on a dating show. That's also shows like, girl, why you blocking this guy so quickly and knocking him down? Like, girl, get to know everyone else. And that's the reason why in the previews people were saying that she didn't give a lot of people chances, because she cut a lot of people off because she was chasing only one person, and she basically chasing right after Cornelius right now. So they talk about church background and spirituality and stuff. And Camille said she grew up in the church thing, so that's her part of her upbringing. Courtney said yes, she's a spiritual person and she liked to pray over her man. And I said, oh, so when Cornelius heard that, Cornelius had that big chew Kool-Aid cheesy smile. He said, oh, isn't that? I like that. And I said, oh, that's good. He liked that. And Walter was saying, okay, that's cool. So when they got into the topic of sex, how important is sex in a relationship? Walter straight up, right off the bat. Y'all remember Walter is Joel 2.0. If y'all watched last season, Walter storylines like that. Remember, Walter's the one who was a reformed thug. He was dating his late wife for 9 years, but he only got married to her for a year and a half. And when they were trying to get babies, like trying to build a family, come to find out she had a cyst in her ovaries, and then when she had the surgery, she died a week later. And since then, he just never really found the person to settle down with, and he has been like wilding out, like he said. So since he said he's a reformed thug and all that stuff like that, and they say how important is sex in the relationship, he said very important. No doubt about it. If I want it, I gotta need to have it. I said, oh, Walter. And Camille said, oh, Walter sounds like a little freak. I said, it could be a little freakish, but I kind of a little bit of session is like, okay, if I want it, I need to have it. So if I say no, you would be the type of person who will get upset if I say no. Walter, don't get that type of vibes. You don't want to put it out there that you need to have sex when you need to have sex. And if you don't get it, what you gonna do? Get my eye on you, Walter. He's still looking like this guy, but he said that. But he said he needs to have it when he needs to have it. So Courtney said, so Camille said, listen, how about sex before marriage? And Courtney said, listen, I prefer that. That's my preference. Because what I need to test drive that before we hit that little altar. Because I'm not about to be nobody's wife if your D game is whack. Point blank, period. Because it's like crazy. It's like, granted, you have your morals and you have your values. Granted, you have that. But if you will put your faith in someone and only wait till marriage, and after you got married, you had sex to find out the sex is whack, you will be mad. Sure, I would be throwing all that wedding gifts away, someone like that. I said, motherfucker, she's not grateful for marriage. She's not got the wait and the sex is whack. Oh my gosh. So Courtney said, listen, I'm not waiting to marry. No, I need to test drive that. And it had to be something good. And if it's good, then we can work on that. Because at the end of the day, yes, sexual release with your partner who you love, it's just as much important than anything else. But it should not be the top priority. But at the same time, you want the pleasure. But at the same time, that's not always the thing. So yes, test drive it because you need to know. And if it's good, then every dance will fall into place. Then you get your marriage and all that stuff. But don't wait to marry and then you marry and then that honeymoon thing, that thing is boom, come whack. So Courtney said she on a test drive. Now, mind you, when she was saying that, Cornelius was like this throughout the time. He said, oh, yeah. Like, remember, Cornelius said that he never did that before, but he would like to wait as much as he can to marriage before he engaged in sexual activity. He never said he's going to wait to marriage, but he said he's going to push himself to that forefront of waiting and not have sex right away. Because sometimes you start sex a little early, it's a cloud to judgment. So he wants to push off. So when she said she wanted to have the test drive before marriage, he was like I don't think he was against it 100%. But at the same time, he said, oh, how too soon is too soon? And do you want to test drive? Okay, you wait. Because Courtney said, nah, I ain't waiting that long, but I need to test drive that thing. Shoot, you better give it to me when I give it to me. Right? So at that time, Courtney was touching Cornelius' leg. And when I was watching that, I said, Courtney, what you doing? Because she said her love language is physical touch. So she was touching and she was dreaming and said, listen, I wish I could touch something else. I said, Courtney, baby. Yes, Cornelius is a nice looking man, but girl, don't get that quick. Oh, yeah, Cornelius right there. So she was touching the leg and she basically was coming closer. Not too much to the point, but at least close enough. I said, child. And then I came over and was zooming in to show what the hell her hand was at, too. I said, cameraman, y'all not slick. Y'all not slick. Says Tyrone right here. Tyrone's the bottom middle person. And remember, Tyrone's the one who aired out his mom's business to say that his mom was having every man that come in and out the household, and he can't trust women since then. I said, then what happened to your father? Like, you just blasted mom out the freaking television like that. You didn't blast your father. Like, what's going on here? So Tyrone's that. And remember, he's a part of I think he's working in cybersecurity. Yeah, I think he's a cybersecurity CEO or something like that. He works in cybersecurity. And remember, that's him, Tyrone. And so people always say he's creepy, like he's got something going on. That's what I'm saying, because he was like, I don't want to think that he think is whack, but he did say he wanted to wait. But it must be. But we'll see. Let me see. So Tyrone went on a date with Zadia. Remember Zadia? Zalia is the second girl in the top row. And they was talking. They had a good conversation. They was talking back and forth. It was no dead moments. They had a easy flow. That's what she said later on when they had the ladies meet up. She said, "Yeah, she had a good conversation with Tyrone. It was a thing. I learned a lot about him because he opened up and he said he wants to let the ladies know up front of what he's going through, so they could decide if they want to continue going through with him. Because it is something you don't want us to get wrapped up in your thing, and then you just we found out all these crazy signs that you got going on, and you don't want that. So he told her he's suffering from PTSD because you remember he was in the military or something like that. So he suffered from that. And most people who's in the military does come back having some form of PTSD. You know, war and stuff like that. It's not easy. It's not easy. So she appreciate that he opened up. And she also said that she likes that he opened up because he could be an opportunity for him to get judged. But at the same time, it is a good thing to know right off the front that what you suffer from. But my thing is, how are you managing that? Because I could deal with you if you can manage. But I don't know. Sometimes people can't handle that. So you got to know what your comfort zone if you get and stepping into it. So the fact that he let her know, it's like, okay, I'm letting you know I am suffering with them, but how are you handling it? Are you going to counseling on a weekly basis? Or are you managing things on what you do? I think he do say that he write things down. He have a journal and stuff like that. But we'll see how that goes. But it was a open up opportunity for him to say that, and it was nice. So Aisha, that's my New York girl, you know. Aisha. But Aisha, sometimes we mess it up. But Aisha right there, she went on a date with Character because she said she was feeling Character and everything, but she needed to see what's going on with him. It was like, we might be compatible because she's like 38, he's like 33, and see what's going on. And now, through this conversation, Character was sweating a lot. I said, what's good? It must be hot in DC, or you just always sweat. Yes, I do have help for Tyrone. I do too. I think hope he because even though he does look creepy, don't be wrong, he does. But at the same time, the background story makes him realize that he is a genuine guy. And he got to go through some things. Suffering PTSD, having trust issue with women because his mom, all of a sudden growing up. He said he's managing that. He's ready for love. But we'll see how it is. As long as he can manage everything that he's going through and he can balance it and help himself and continue the process of himself, then he probably be a good person for someone else. So, but I'm glad that he told the truth. So, so Aisha and Carrington was sweating a lot. I don't know because it was hot or he just have a sweat problem. Like he just sweats. And she asked him a question about, he said females, it's hard to date females, or he been in a lot of situationships. I said, oh no. He never been in relationships. He been in a lot of situationships. I said, so that means what? Because based on your background, because we know he's a nightclub promoter. So I said, okay, I guess the situationship is that you meet some females, you flirt with in the club, because you be promoting the club, people know who you are, and you meet with them, you have a good time, you take them in the house, you have sex with them, and you move back your way. Go to the next person. So that's the situationships. There's no relationships, it's just situations. So that's why I think that's what he's doing. And since he never really go continue further with the relationship with the situationships with any females that he might be enjoying more than a sexual thing, he never really have a form of real long-lasting relationship. That's what called it to him. I said, oh, everybody's not coming in and see me. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. So she asked him about cheating. He said he haven't cheated because he never been in a relationship. So it's impossible for me to cheat if I never been in a relationship. That's a red flag right there. Because if you never been in a relationship, how you so ready to love all the time? Yeah. That what that means. Oh, situationships? Yeah. I was like, listen. People always say that, oh, we in a situationship. I said, what's a situationship? Just tell me. Basically, the situationship always leads us to, oh, well, we not in a relationship, but we hook up every now and then, and we in a situation, is that, and we had sex every now and then. So maybe y'all fuck buddies. Basically, that's what it is, right? To say what it is. You don't make that fancy term, situationships. No. Situation means you in different scenarios, and it's the same kind of thing. No, stop that. So, so he said he never been in a relationship. So he never could cheat because he never been in a relationship. I said, oh boy, character. You just not. You giving them all red flags. You know, club promoter. You can't be in a relationship. Okay, based on your job. You don't make probably don't make it easy. Then because they're not club promoter, and you might be having all these situationships and having sex with all these females, whatever you're doing. So you're not taking your life seriously, and you're not taking any female seriously to even date them any further than that. So, and can you say it's so hard for your job? It's not hard for the job. It's like you making it hard for the job because you probably not making it easy for them to trust that you could be faithful being a club promoter or event promoter, whatever you want to be. So, and I do like what Aisha said that she, after she went with her husband from 19 to 30, I think one, something like that, they got divorced, and to make sure she's good for her children and her children, she got herself in therapy and got her children into therapy as well. And then she started choking up and tearing up about that because she loved her children or something like that. And I do like that because you do have to make yourself a better person for your children, for yourself. And we'll get into Willie and Shonda's situation right after this one because I want to tell y'all opinions, get y'all on your opinions, get y'all on your opinions about that. But she said that. So she wanted to be a better herself because she don't want to take her baggage from the low relationships to go to the next one. So she got herself into therapy after divorce, after being with him for like 11 something years, and to redefine herself and also her children, because probably her children were affected by that. Because maybe both her children by her fault, by the husband. So it's like she had to make sure they're okay and mentally and emotionally and be able to withstand and understand about the divorce and how it affected them and stuff like that. And they went to therapy, and she's going to therapy. So that's good. I like that she did that. So Shiloh's right here, short 4-person on the top row. Shiloh, Dante. Oh, what? Shiloh, Dante, Naeem, Tasia, and Zadia. So Zadia right here, the second person on the top row. Shiloh, the 4-person top row, and Tasia is the second person in the bottom row. Went out on a group date with Dante, he's the middle top person, and Naeem, the bottom right person. Yeah. I'm driving, but I want to comment wow. Well, I want to comment on Willie. Yes. We'll get to Willie. We'll get to Willie because if y'all follow my Instagram, y'all know how I feel about some of the situation, and it's gonna be a little deeper on it because I like how all this come about. I like how all that came about and everything. And I'm for mental health awareness. I'm for mental healthiness. I am for that. So we get to it. So Tasia says she like a smart man. She like a smart man and everything. I like that. She likes that. So that's what it is. And Shiloh said her love language is sensual touching. She like to enhance the 5 senses. Remember, Shiloh said she's an intimacy coach, right? We still don't know the extent of what she does as an intimacy coach, but she explained it a little bit, but we need to probably know more details of what she does. So she said she likes she like to elevate the man. I like to elevate the sexual experiences and take it to the high new levels, to the whole 5 senses. Take some fruits, blindfold me, and give you a taste of the tour. Touch it really well, and then smell things, the aroma, the touching, the tasting, the feeling. I said, all right, go ahead. So now they was talking about what's your freakiest place you ever had sex in. Naeem said the shower. I said, oh, you're a boring bitch. What was going on? The shower? I said yes. Shower sex is good. But that can't be the freakiest place you ever had sex with. I was like, what? And he said, well, then he said, oh, well, it's kind of dangerous. You know, you're in the shower and you could slipping around and all that stuff like that. I said, yes, it could be possible, but you stay in your firm and not doing all that there acrobatic tricks. When you're in the shower, then you won't be falling and tripping and slipping and all that stuff like that. Sure. So, it's in the shower. So, that was funny. Zadia said she's a baseball field. I said, girl, I would have said a bedroom. I didn't want to go give them all that damn details. Baseball field? I mean, oh, better than Waffle House bathroom. Yeah. Yes. I remember I said somebody the freakiest place was a Waffle House bathroom. I said, ain't no public place I'm having sex with somebody. No. You better in your own shower in your own bathroom than somebody in a public bathroom. Oh, hell to the no. Ain't no freaking dicky up in here like that. Sure. Calm your urges. So Zadia said the baseball field. So Tia said, well, I'm not going to really tell people how comfortable. I'm going to tell them how my sex like. I don't know. Whoever man be with me, they going to be good. I said, girl, you always say that good. You always saying that. If you good, you'll be married by now, girl. Sure, whatever. So ladies meeting, right? So this is all the ladies. So I'm going to keep it the ladies. All the ladies, they have a conversation. Aisha was not there because she got in a car accident. She's good. But Phil, we didn't get much of Phil this episode either. So let me show you what Phil look like. Phil is the bottom 4 person right here. And he was there helping. I said, all right, Phil, go say the day for Aisha. All right, okay. So they would talk about who they like, who they tops, everything. Because Tommy always asking who your tops for the week and everything when I was going at this point. So Camille said Cornelius, Cecilia said Cornelius, and Kerry said Cornelius and Tyrone. So 3 people said Cornelius, and Camille was like, because I said, everyone was saying, I said, I didn't really get much interaction with Cornelius with other ladies like that. So why everybody say Cornelius? So Sabrina said Walter and Tyrone. Sadia said Tyrone and Naeem. Shadow said Dante. Okay. Mumin said she had a cool date with Corey. And that's what somebody said, well, I can't get with Corey because he's doing too much and everything. And I understand when he wants stuff like that. He rubbed me the wrong way. I can't give him a chance. That's that. So Sabrina said she talked to Carrington. And I guess she asked him, are you comfortable being with someone older than me or something like that? Or she being 33 years old and she's 47, are you comfortable? And he snapped on, he said, listen, this is why I'm 33 years old. If you can't handle me 33 years old, then you need to get out of my face and stop talking to me or something like that. And I said, why you snap what? Boy, Carrington, you feeling yourself too much. You feeling yourself too much. 33 years old, act like you're God gift for her. God gift to female. But yeah, you can't settle down with a female because you're a club promoter. Situationships. All right, Mr. Situationships. Get out of my face and get snapping at the girl because she asked you a question about are you comfortable with someone age? It's like, oh, whatever. So when they ask about who the bottom 2, the people who the bottom 2 is Corey and Carrington, right? So Tasia had a date, when have a conversation, sit down with Corey, and Camille when had to sit down with Carrington. So they both think it was a date and everything. So they sat there, they being awkward, everything. Tasia was talking to Corey. Corey's hand was a little bit too low for comfort. She said, oh, your hand's a little too low, Corey. So he said, I will go a little further lower because you looking good, girl. I started that watch over permission. She said, no, you don't have my permission, Corey. And all that stuff. So, but then he sat close to her. He said, no, I can't sit close to me. Sit close to her. Carrington came there, thought it was on date and everything, and then he realized that the ladies had a conversation and talked about it also. Then he switched to tune. Now, if y'all saw last season, he reminded me of Ron of last season, how he became so rude and disrespectful. He said, "Oh, I don't know what you're saying. What's going on?" He was being very jerking. He was being a jerk to Camille when he was talking. Like he was so great about what's going on, and these ladies are fools to think that he was in the bottom too, and they missed out on everything. And I said, "Boy, they ain't missed out nothing." Cause what it is, these ladies are well more successful in the job field than you being Mr. Club Promoter. Don't act like you that freaking well and all that great for us to sit down and act like we need to be in your beck and call because what? 33 years old, sweating on a damn time in a situationship, haven't been in a relationship. All that stuff, boy, bye. So the person who got sent home was Carrington. And they kept Corey. I said, why did they keep it Corey? But I said, Corey redeemed himself. He wasn't a jerk. When Cecilia was over to Corey, he was like, yeah. He was not being rude. He was not cutting off. He was not being cocky. He wasn't doing none of that stuff. Carrington was the one who was acting like he was the bomb diggity and had nerve for them ladies to send him home. I said, bye, Carrington. Bye. We don't want you there. So that's how the episode ended, y'all. So Corey lasted another week. So he asked to see it. He said, listen, after it's all said and done, they saved him. He said, we do feel like it's more to you than you ready to love. We don't know how many more chances you're going to get, Corey, but take your feedback and be more mindful of your connection with the ladies. He said, okay, cool. She said, so Cecilia, so do we have a second date? She said, all right, Corey, yes, you got a second date. And he said, yes. I said, boy, you probably was not just zoned out until you heard that you was ready to love for the next week, and then you asked for the second date. Oh boy, you too much. All right. So that was Ready to Love, y'all. Ready to Love. So I'm trying to do more watching off for y'all so I can watch the episode. So when we do talk about it, we can talk about it, all right? But that's that. And please, if you didn't watch the show, whatever I say, y'all can still comment, y'all. All right, next go into the next topic. Let me share it. Finish that. Okay, so what was this? Oh, what I'm doing? All right, let me enlarge that a little bit more so probably people can see it. And while I'm at it, let me get this the audio thing to play so we can listen to what he said. All right, bear with me, y'all. Let me go down. What was it? Was it this one? No, that's not it. Was it this? Nope, that's not it. Okay, that's it. So I'll play that when I play that. Okay, y'all. Oh, let me write the time. 2:03. So Willie Taylor and Shonda, his wife. So we all know the journey with these two. We find out we know Willie Taylor from a group called Day 26. He was on Making a Band, y'all know. That was one of the group, he never could keep a group together. And he was part of the members of that. And he was Day 26. I don't think they even together right now. And that's that. They was on Marriage Boot Camp, Hip Hop Edition, and all that stuff like that. And the bigger issue in their relationship was him infidelity, cheating, and her keeping on that cheating and not trusting him and all that stuff like that, and holding on and not moving forward to the happy thing. Because at the end of the day, if you stay with him, then you need to move forward with that and not keep throwing in his face. So that was the show name on Marriage Boot Camp journey. And, he want to stay with her. They still together now. Since that show, we haven't heard no people, Willie and Shonda, because nobody really checking for them. They ain't checking for them. Nobody care for them. Nobody want to sit for them. Nobody even care about Willie and Shonda because they not really popping like that. He's not really in no group anymore. He's not doing no music. Like, who are checking for Willie and Shonda? Nobody. So we all mind our business. Here go 2021, and this is their fiasco. Now, yes, we do know the background story. Yes, he cheated on her and all that stuff, and he was in a group and all that stuff. She stayed. They got 4 children together. Yes, that's a lot of things. Okay. Keep in mind that nobody would knew anything about what was going on between those two until Shonda put it out there to the world. Mind you, we got to keep that in mind. She put it out there, and now people are talking about it. Now, if she never put it out there, we would never know none of this stuff. So let me read what she said. I'm going to be completely honest. I never felt so good from the inside and out. The sad part is people don't like to see it because they are used to you being unhappy. It scares them. So they put you through turmoil to break you and keep you broken. Yes, the tag. You can't hold me down if you tired. You can't hold me down if you try. Let me aimlessly with 4 kids because you needed a break. Guess what? They saddled on my back, girlfriend. So, Shonda, who is the wife of Willie from Day Group 26, is putting him on black for leaving her with 4 children. Oh, I ain't want to play that. I want to play no music. That's not one of those. That's that. And this is that. So when that first topic came out, when that first post came out, everybody was like, oh my God, what's going on? People always win with the first person. Whoever put the first story out first, usually people side with them. So it's like, get the story out there and let people be on my side so they can bash him and bash my husband for what I think. Granted, yeah, we do know the background story. But we're going to break down. I'm going to break down more into it and everything because I feel type of way about this. If y'all look at my Instagram, I did a little mini post about Willie and Shonda talk about mental health and wellness and mental well-being. And I did a post like, unless you're in a life of that situation, everyone has a free will to leave on their own for the sake of their mental health. Remember, we are humans before the titles. We are individuals before we are sons, and we are mothers, and we are daughters, and we are fathers, and we are husbands, and we are wives, we are grandma and grandpa, or before we CEOs, before we artists, before entertainers. We are all human. So if this is not right, and it's not in a mental state, in a mental capacity to balance, to be a well-being, you are doing nobody a good service. No matter what, you could be physically dead and be mentally checked out. So how well can he be, or how well can anybody be to stay in a situation when they could lose themselves, stay in a situation when they can't be healthy, stay in a situation when they cannot be great for the sake of the children or whatever they in a situation are. People always put scenarios and situation over and pack that, compound that, and forgets that the main person who is your own tool, your own well-being to make sure you are 100% self, ready for anybody else, your workforce, your family, your children, is yourself. Now, if yourself is not 100% well, then you need to do what you have to do to make sure you are in that path to be well for the person you with or anything. And sometimes it does take you to step away from the environment to better yourself, no matter the circumstances. And we'll get to the kids and everything, because everybody could use that, well, you can't leave, you can't just like that. It's not about leaving. Because you can still not be physically there and still be present in your child's life. Mind you, he was doing that even while he was in his break. But it make it seem like people were making it seem like he was a deadbeat because she put it out there. So, and then you go and call your man a girlfriend. Like, what kind of conversation with that? Like, you having a kiki about somebody in online and you call him a girlfriend. Like, what kind of, you think that would help the situation by putting it out there? All right. So everybody was wondering what was going on. What was happening? Why happened? So then he came out with his response. I know some of us already heard his response, but I'm going to listen to an audio of his response. And this is what he said.
Myself. So I came up to Sedona to mentally grab my piece. Everybody is taken care of. She hit me for money and the money was sent. The kids are good, but I will not go back to a toxic situation. Thank you all. There you have it. Y'all like toxic. You do. You like toxic. Yeah, so I didn't want to die, guys. So I didn't want to die. So I came to get some peace. So, yeah. Sedona. Mountains. I love my family. That's it. That's all. You do. That's why y'all follow that. That's why y'all jump to conclusions the first time y'all hear somebody say something. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. As soon as somebody tell y'all something, y'all want to paint the man to be the bad guy. Dude, I did absolutely nothing. And I prayed about it. I begged about it. And it was no changes. What you want me to do? I have to leave. I have to get my mind together because I don't want things to go left. My kingdom is too big for me to let it fold because of somebody else. Yeah, so it is what it is, man. You know, so I would have never took this to the internet. I think it's really toxic to take it to the internet because the text messages were enough, but they were still toxic. But I was trying to get those to change. But since people don't get the way that they want, then they go and they bring it to you guys, which I think is very immature. And I feel like, you know, it should never be. But I'm not going to go back and forth, man. I wish. That's it. That's all. Love my family. Sometimes you need a break. This break is for me. I don't want to lose myself. So I came up to Sedona to mentally grab my piece. Everybody is taken care of. She hit me for money and the money was sent. The kids are good, but I will not go back to a toxic situation. Thank you all. There you have it. Y'all like toxic. You do. You like toxic. Yeah, so I didn't want to die, guys. So I didn't want to die. So I came to get some peace. So, yeah. Sedona. Mountains. I love them.
Okay. It was certain things he said in that day made alarming. Now we get into that about mother, fathers, all that stuff. We get into that in a minute because that was a lot of arguments that people was having. We get in that. But my thing is, we focus on that, but not focus on the integral part of what it was said, an integral part that's the issue in mental health, mental wellness, mental well-being. That's what we need to focus on. We focus on being so much in toxic situations that we're not normalizing that people, no matter who you are, need to take that break, need to refresh themselves, to recharge themselves. Because you won't do anybody good service if you're not 100% mentally well. That affects everything else in part of your life. If this is healthy, then everything else is healthy. Yes, you might have some trouble here and there. But if you go through trouble while your mental state is still healthy, then you could tackle those troubles. But if you go to the point that you out of control and you have to lose yourself, then you need to step away the situation. No matter when you win. Because doing that destructive stuff could hurt your family, could hurt whoever you are with, hurt your business, anything else. Instead of, they will understand, they might be upset and pissed off. They probably will understand that you take a break and leave away, but instead of you staying and do something and cause hands or beat someone or do whatever you need to do because you can't control or you went out of your mind. Yes, and they are talking to each other. That's what I get to. They are talking to each other. So at one point, someone should leave. At all this time that he was cheating on you, y'all was saying that, or you was saying you did a video that you didn't get no break, you had depression, he didn't get an F about your depression. So if he didn't get an F about your mental state, then that was your sign to leave his ass. Mm-hmm. Yep, they talk to each other. She should have left when she had to be a stripper to support them. He should have left when his side piece came. Yes, they both are toxic. So we do know that Shonda and Willie are toxic towards each other. But my thing is, he have a conversation with you about to lose himself and he needs to take a break. You was okay, or someone you thought you was okay, and then he left. And then you put it out on social media instead of having a conversation with him. You sat down instead of talk to him about how you feel. Maybe you did, whatever, or you might say, "I know you better not be doing whatever." I don't know what they're doing behind the back, but it was so much that she took it to social media that could not help the situation any better. And she, like I said, she could have left him a long time ago. If he did all this to her and caused her to not be happy and stuff like that, then she should have left him a long time ago and not stayed. So whose fault is that staying? Is his fault that you stayed? That's what sometimes we put ourselves in situations that we should know we should have left. And I know people saying, "Oh, it's so easy saying it." I know people make the situation harder than what it is because you compound the hardness of that thing. Unless I say, unless you in a life situation that you cannot escape for your life, then that's the only situation where I would say, okay, you need to survive to live. But if you have the means, opportunity, and you are not in a lifestyle situation, no matter what, you be a better person health-wise if you are by yourself or in someone who can make you pure and whole. It doesn't make your situation and your livelihood unraveling. So in this post, he said, let me read this. Willie Taylor said, "I always felt in control of my mind until I lost my father/best friend and without mourning." He did not mourn when he lost his father as best friend. "I had to show up every day at my full self, the provider, the husband, and father, but mentally I was just a shell that held a 30% version of myself, still trying to stand strong and deny the fact that mentally I am a wreck. I began to become more emotional and angry. I was losing my own identity. I no longer knew what I was capable of saying or doing. Everybody won't understand the moves that you have to make for you, and some won't even know how to handle you in this trying season you are in your life. But please don't lose yourself. I understand more now than ever how important mental health is, and I'm praying for anybody going through it, looking up to where all my blessings come. 100%. And then she mentioned, "You are weak as F to think anything you're doing is okay and got a guy catching your break for a photo op. You special kind of person." Now he responded and said, "Can you stop being toxic long enough for me to put my best forward to in saving us? I explained this to you before I left. You kept talking about my kids and they are rooting for me here. I talk to them 4 times a day. You took the phones away from them to make this mental break harder for me. You went to social media to put our business out and I just needed your support. But keep being you. Love you anyway. My children are good and whatever be good, and that's good. It's just that good." And she said, "Who leaves their family to have a photographer capture these moments where SSS seems like attention seeker to me?" But you put it out there to everybody for the world to see what was going on, just seem attention seeker to me as well. That seemed more attention seeker as well. You put it out there for everybody to see. And Brittany B, we thought Brittany B was maxing with being abuse to her. They should have dip. When you in something toxic like that, it takes little to nothing. Like take to set you off. I applaud him for going to get help before he got in the point in the hotel and put his hands on someone. Right? They should have been broke that off. That tit for tat. Yes, there was tit for tat, and it seemed like it. But we would have not known about none of this if she didn't put it out first. So for you to say he's taking attention seeking for doing whatever photo op he needs to do, you is attention seeking by putting it out there and for social media to run with the story, to be on your side, to dog this man out, to make a freaking douchebag as it is. And then people say, well, as mothers, we don't get to have a break. We don't get to like that. I was like that. Now, before we get to that part, I want to get to some things that he said. He said he got angry and emotional, that he come to the point that he could not be responsible for what he was saying or doing. That's one thing he's telling me, that he about to lose himself. He about to set it off and be out of control. So he had to step away before he does something that he regret. That's one thing. And then he said in the video, y'all listen what he's saying, that he did not want to die, so he needs to find his peace. One thing it says that he had two extremes in his statements. One thing that he said he was about to lose himself, he about to do something that he not regret. Another thing that he don't want to die, he want to lose his peace. That he was thinking about offering himself. So before he don't lose, before he kill himself or whatever he's doing, allegedly, that's what he's saying, that he need to find a peace. So he had two extremes in his statements. So his mindset was all in different spectrum, and then he didn't grieve the loss of his father. Now, I know people saying, well, I had grief too, and I had to do this, and I had to do that, and I had to do that. I said the only thing is that everybody processes grief differently. Just because you develop yourself into just keep going for the sake of what you have to do, doesn't mean that everybody gonna do the same thing. It doesn't mean they stopping their responsibilities, because he did say he still talked to his children even when he was away 4 times a day. Until she took the phones away from the children so he could help, for his mental health to still be messed up. No matter what we got going through, but do not take the phone away from the children for me to, that might be his only grace for him to feel saying that he's doing this for them, that having their voices, hearing them talking to him every day will help his process. But you taking that away from him is going to do what? Now, I'm not on his side 100%. I'm not on Huntsville 100%. I'm on the side of mental health well-being, because at the end of the day, it's damaging if you sit in a house being physical there and you're not mentally present. That's not helping the children at all. If y'all sat down and talked to the children, not going to talk about children, everybody keep bringing out children. Children will understand if the adults who's handling the situation they seeing could able to have a conversation with them of the mental capacity, they could able to understand what's going on. Now, you don't want to have a full-blown conversation with a 6-year-old, you will have a full-blown conversation with a thing, but you will have that conversation with a 6-year-old who understands certain things of what's going on. But if they see things, they read things, they probably call their father and say, Mommy put this out there about you, all that stuff, and then you as a parent, it's the thing that you had to explain to them what's going on, that it's okay to step away. And us people who need to get to that mindset that we are not bound to the situation we created. We are bound to our own individual self, to be our own better self 100% every day. At least close to 100% every day. Because if you're not that, then you do your disservice to anybody around you. So yes, if you did decide to have children and you do stay there, it is okay for you to take breaks. People say, oh, well, I can't. No, you can. If you have a village who's booked you, you can. And you do need to have that. That's always a courage. But people decide to not do that, to put yourself in a harmful manner because you think that's the right thing to do. But when you grow up, people will say, like, you emotional unavailable. You was not there for me. I need you to talk to me. You was not well. Well, because I had nothing. But because you put that much pressure on yourself and not taking the time for you to heal yourself. Now, I know it's harder for others because it's some women who don't get that break because the father was never present. That's the issue. Now, these kids have a 2-parent household. So if he took the break and she's out there, what about she could do the same thing to him? I said, you took your break, come on, and don't go out in your business and take your break. This is that. That some people don't have the 2-parent household. Some people have a 1-parent household who have to do everything. And that's why we have villages, or you create family, or you create bonds with people that who could be there for you to help you. Say, listen, I need to take a break. Ma, can you watch my kid for a day or two? I need to refresh. Or if you don't have your parent, at least you have a cousin, or you have somebody who could be there for you. And that's that. So, Carissa said, well, I don't understand. Well, guys feel like they can take a break and not mothers. Why do you feel like somebody taking a break for their mental health is only geared towards one gender to another? It gears towards anyone who want to be the better self in the situation. If you're in a relationship with someone and it's both toxic, then out of one or two person got to leave the situation before getting worse. But no, we decided to use that to fuel that thing. Yep, as well, just because they've been going through. Yes, I do worry about her too. That's why I was saying that she also feels type of way. That's good, granted. Like I said, I'm not always on his side. I'm on the side of right of their health. They both went through a lot with each other. They both went through a lot. Now, when she put that statement that when I was going through something and he didn't give an F about when I was going through my depression and everything, I ain't taking no break, then that was your time for you to say, you know what? This partner does not value me as 100% woman or as a woman at first before I'm a mother and a wife. Then I need to step out this situation because being with him is going to make me toxic. Being with him is going to make me not lose my mind, go lose my mind. Being with him will make me do antics like that, but putting stuff on social media and saying, talking to him in face to face or putting this out and having private conversations. That's what we should do. I just saw a mother commit suicide from being a little postpartum depression by herself. They both need to help. Yes. Yes. And yes. So people does need to take a break. Even with work, even when anything. If you need to recharge, you need to recharge. That's what I hear what some people say they feel guilty by taking sick days or whatever. I said, no, what are you feel guilty for? That's your days for your work to take away. Even if you're not sick, it's a mental break. They still pay for you. Now, if you got that figure boss who want to be all nosy about it, no. By law, I am granted a certain amount of sick days. And you have to pay me. And you don't get to know the reason why I'm taking my break or why I'm taking a day off. Just know I was from my obligation from letting you know 2 weeks or whatever advance or whatever your policy, your company, to know that you can find someone. But don't guilt trip me to try and stay. Don't do a lot of stuff to make me stay because I'm going to lose it if I don't take a break. And never down that the job I have now, I work in hospitality field, work with residents and stuff like that. Some days I do need to take a break. Yeah, I like my job. Some days I say, listen, I don't have to go nowhere. I can stay home all day and that's my mental break. Yes. So for everybody to be up in the wall and say, oh, no, mother, yes, if we ask money, we don't get to take breaks. We got to stuff like that because y'all dealing with men who don't value the fact of partnership. You got baby spot guys who never would have been there for in the first place. Who has that mentality that you need to stay home and do all that when I provide. So that's when we got to break that mentality of going for that traditional, 100% traditional lifestyle. If you want to have a partner who able to work with you, if you have children with. Now, if you like that traditional lifestyle, there's nothing wrong to do that. But you got to understand the stuff that comes with that. Most of them want you to stay home all the time. Now, if they can't value your mental health, then that's the person you should be with. That's not the person you should be with. But we make it harder because we stample the struggle over our mental well-being. And your kids will understand their parents being okay, better persons separate and still being their lives and being together and being miserable, and they can still see that that's damaging. And don't y'all both communicate, because him leaving is not leaving his children. He's leaving that toxic environment, the scenery that he's in with his household with his wife. but he's still in a constant communication with his children. So he did not leave his children. He might physically left his children, but he's still a father figure and mentally there for his children when they need him. 4 times a day talking. He could have cut all communication with everyone. Then I would say, oh, look, you know what? You're doing too much because your kids need to talk to you. But no. So I know I would say a lot with that, but it did got me upset because I was like, come on now. You put it out there and now everybody got opinion and now everybody make it seem like you bad. Now I'm not saying he's 100% innocent. But you stayed, Shonda, throughout the infidelity, throughout all that. You stayed with him. So at what point do you value yourself enough to know that, you know what, I can't do this anymore with him? So I want to read something that I saw online that was powerful because I took a screenshot of it and I want to read that because she speaks truth to what I wanted to say. She said, somebody on Instagram said, and that's the issue with society though. First off, respect that everyone handles grief and trauma differently. It's not our place to condemn or instruct someone else how to deal. It is sad that it is not normal to society to tell your significant other or family, hey, I'm about to lose it. I need to dip out for a while to save myself. We are all individuals before being a mom, dad, husband, wife, artist, son, student, etc. He is practicing healthy self-care options, seeking to do that which is best for him, to breathe, to activate healing to get him right. Men handle ish different from women. Another reason why realistically we cannot compare and contrast. Dude, even yes, if y'all seen the video, he does look unwell. He does not look healthy. Based on when we see him before and how he look now, he does look. He's very stressed. Like he just lost his mind. Like he wasn't eating. He lost weight. He definitely looked unwell. Dude even looks sick and on his way down a spiral staircase. Not to mention, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors and these people's lives. So I am fully supporting and putting myself first, and I support her building up the courage to walk away and take a break for a while too, so that she doesn't lose herself as well. Too many of us lose sight of self because we put everything and everyone before us. Facts. When you feel yourself getting to the edge, it's time to do something different because doing the same things and expecting different results is insanity. Exactly. I feel the same way. And that's why we have high divorce rates, because people get married and realize that people come into marriage are two toxic individuals who have not healthy healed themselves mentally out of the emotional trauma or baggage or whatever they go through because they got in a relationship because what they feel pressure to do, what they feel. Yes, if you want to have the children, you gotta have the children, but at the same time, don't stay for the sake of the children because you feel like that's an obligation and not for your well-being because you want to be for the children and own their well-being. Because it's not just yourself, but you also need to teach them that it's okay to not stay in toxicity relationship. It's okay to, if you do be in a relationship with someone and they come too toxic, that it's okay to step away. But no, we don't put value on that. We put value on the situations and obligations over the well-being of the individuals who's in the reunion. And then we use, oh, we have children, we don't get to break. No, mothers deserve breaks just as fathers deserve breaks. But you get with people who don't value the fact that they need to be present in their child's life. So you have to foot the burden for that. And that's when sometimes you gotta put your foot down. And so like that. But no matter what situation you're in, if you ever in a point that you feel like you're about to lose yourself, man or woman, or at least you think you're about killing yourself because you can't handle the pressure, that it needs you to step away and get yourself better. And that's why it's important to learn that in an early age and how to handle healthy coping mechanisms of going through grieving and stress and learn about different mental health diseases and stuff like that. And that's something that we should learn early in school and not till we wait to college to learn about when we take mental health or something and college elective. So I know I said a lot, y'all. So I wanted to be a more interactive stuff, but I know today, like, my people was out, so not much responses. But hey, the replay game, if y'all watch this, please, y'all make your comments down here. And this is another topic we was going to talk about on the panel, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. So that's that. Like I said, Shonda, you messed up for putting it out there. At the end of the day, I do understand that what happened, he didn't do that same grace for you. Then that means that was your light to walk away, like CM said. That was your light to walk away. But no, you stayed. And now this situation happened. He had a conversation with you before he left, because I do believe, because you didn't deny the fact that he talked to you. You just said like that fact that he went away and took a photo shoot. That's what you're upset about. Photo shoot or what? We don't even know it was a photo shoot, but whatever. But you put it out there. So you put it out there for the world to see. All right, the last topic of our night is Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right, y'all. Yes, Renee, thank you. Subscribe, share, comment. Love and Marriage. So, yes, granted, y'all. Do not stay because you so bound by your obligation. There's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. There's a will, a way. The only thing that makes it hard is because the people you surround yourself make it hard. You listen to everybody else. Yes. Uh-huh. Go ahead, see, I'm speaking of mental health needs. Mm. Right. All right, questions. All right. All right, so I go at the time. 2:37:05. All right, Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is the last topic of the live. And yeah, it's an okay episode. It was not bad. It was a few things we could talk about. And that's that. Now, so they continue with the conversation of Dr. Francis. Tisha and Dr. Francis was talking, and he asked her, and before he went to on leave for this week, what are you doing to make sure to know that he is not lying? She said, well, I talk to him and look straight to the eye and see if he tell me the lie or not, and I believe him. I said, so that was your proof? She said, I'll research, and then I also talked to him. I said, see, research what? Girl, you're not going to convince me to say that what he's telling you is the truth, and you just look at him in the eye. You need to have more than him looking in the eye and see he's telling you the truth. Because that boy can have a straight face, and say whether he lie or tell the truth, his story's not changing. Remember he said that? So, girl, what other proof besides you have talking to his face? Because they can lie, and you can look in their eye and can straight lie to your face. And they had to blink. Look right in your eye and lie to your face. So how you know what he's telling you is a lie? And she don't think he deceiving her. Tisha don't think that Marceau is deceiving her. I said, okay, girl, goodbye. All right. So Dr. Francis was trying to tell Tish that don't try to let him feel like he's so dependent on you, because what he's doing to make you so dependent on him is that he feels a loss. He feels like if you are not dependent on him, then you could leave him at any moment. And that's why when she said that when she first met me, I was a confident person. And then I was too confident that he wanted me to listen to what he wants to be or what he want me to be for him and follow his needs and what he wants. So you change yourself to please what he wants. And I was like, that's crazy because that's what he's doing to make sure you don't leave him. He wants you to be so dependent on him that if you can't not leave him or have a mind of your own to leave. So that's the dangerous way for people to have you thinking that you cannot leave them. And that's the part of mental health is that you was married this person and then you got married to this person and then he's beating down you. Pick you. So you got to be dependent on him so you can't leave. And now you're both miserable because you're not getting your needs met by pleasing him all the time. And that's why I would say people put themselves in a situation because they don't want to leave because they choose not to leave. Not because it was a life decision. They choose not to leave. So if they choose to stay in this type of environment, so who are you to blame? Because at the end of the day, since season 1, we all see how he is. So who ought to blame? It's you, Tisha. Yes, he's a douchebag. It's not 100%, but you stayed with him. Because there was no love, because y'all got married because you married you because you was pregnant, because it was obligation. That's what the old school way. Well, you got pregnant, so you got to stay with the person you impregnated. And that's what commitment was about happiness. So he was telling her, you need to stop invalidating yourself for the sake of him. You diminishing you as your person because of the sake of him. Everything you have good for you, you diminish that, you invalidate because he doesn't like that or whatever. So you got to take the mindset of thinking, who are you as Tisha? And always mind yourself, you are Tisha before you're a mom and everything. Who are you as an individual? Besides being a mom and being a wife or a daughter. Like, who are you? Find yourself. Because you're losing yourself in this relationship with this guy. So Melanie and Martell have a sit down with the kids because it was an assignment that the therapist gave them. It's like you had to sit down and have this conversation. And this is what I was telling you, that kids will understand if you have a sit down. Yes, man, kids might have their own analogies, but at the same time, they have their own analogy, their own expectations. But you also need to teach them the reality of what's happening. Because yes, they will see this. They will go up and read the things. And if you don't constantly explain to them about Mel and Martell, and then sit down. But well, the way Tisha talk about Mel and Martell on that sit down, her and Mel in season 1. Yes. Because she down their relationship and down their marriage because they was going through troubles. And you remember, Tisha kept bringing up their troubles, and especially when they threw their Melanie and Martell that anniversary dinner, it kept bringing that infidelity up. Like she picking, because she said all this time her marriage is perfect, and now we figured out for 3 certain years what the show's been on, they had been in the same page. They've been very disconnected, very unhappy. But you was playing that you were so perfect. How? Relationship so perfect. But yet, all these problems. Just like Erica Jane and freaking Beverly Hills. Telling everybody in the world that you think so perfect, but now you have all these issues that because you got this legality case going on. That's a karma. Don't freaking pick and be joyous with someone else down for when it could be your own as well. And all this time, we were seeing it, but she was too blind. Or she chose to know it. And I think she was choosing to know it. That's later. She chose to know it. So Melanie and Martell was sitting down with the kids. And like I said, kids can have their own opportunity, but you also got to explain to them as they get older, that this is the reality. Yes, I know you understand it, but they need to understand that they both, as mother and father, were better apart than being together because it was too toxic. Because I know they was hearing the arguments in the house, all that stuff like that. Even though they still want you together, because they know y'all two, they're the only people they always was around two-parent household. So I do understand them wanting to stay to be back together. But that's a reality. And sometimes that's why you take the kids to therapy and everything. She knew it. She didn't want to accept it. Yes, she don't want to accept it at all. She don't. So they had a question, and Martell Jr. said he wants them together so he won't cry anymore. I said, oh, I mean, you just want to hug these kids. He don't want to cry anymore and everything. So Mariah said she don't want a stepdad on a stepmom. I mean, this is normal teenage. Not teenagers. They're not teenagers. These are normal young kids, ancestors, stuff like that. Because it was easier for them to be at the same house than being separated apart. Because, you know, they got a kid, they got the father for a week and the mother for a week. And then it's this, that, back and forth. So they rather have the same house, which is, yes, it's understandable because that's had been used to for so many years. But now that the dynamics is changing. Yeah, she said that. Just because he cheated on you doesn't mean he cheated on me. How you know that? Because you believed him? What research do you have? Because you can't convince me that he hasn't cheated. He may not be cheating now, but he probably did have. And that's why he don't say certain things he doesn't say things to validate Tisha's feelings all the time. He never checks his wife's feelings. She always checking his feelings. Right? So Mariah asked, do anyone you have secret crushes? Martell said, well, y'all my secret crush. That's nice. But what's another Melanie, something like that. She was saying, well, I saw your secret crush. I saw your secret crush at a hotel. Y'all went around the elevator together. I said, that little one right there. And Martell would take it back. He said, what? Yeah, what's on in the hotel? So now he's thinking that yeah, the host and coleslaw both agree on the fact he creeped at the woman. Yes, I believe it. That's why he drove that sports car to a camping trip. Driving a nice expensive car to a camping trip, and they got an accident. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. You going to sports car to see the men? No, that's a flashy car. You don't put that in a camping trip. So she said he thinks that Melody should not shed a bad light to the father. I said, yeah, granted, you don't want to talk bad about the father or the mother in front of your children towards them because that's the person they need who take care of them as well. But you cannot share them. But did you think about that when you was bashing your mom, bashing Melody on television, saying she was a hoe, that she was doing this, putting social media, that this is that, you was cheating on her and everything? Do you think about your the mother's feelings? No, you was thinking about that. So now she had to do about that. Yes, y'all both was doing the wrong. Y'all can't do that. Now, but it can't stop her from seeing what you was doing at the hotel. Now, I mean, unless Melody was searching for you and see that you're at the hotel, she had her daughter with you, and then she saw you at the hotel. That's a different story. But still, you do that enough with yourself of sharing yourself in a bad light. So don't worry about what Melody doing. So Tisha went to talk to Marcel, and this is what I like. If you have a therapy session with someone, with a doctor therapist, most of the session you should have kept to yourself. Because in Tisha's case, she needs to find herself and find her voice and better herself. So it's not good for you to take what you learned from him and come home and tell him what was said. Yes. What was said. So that all the women, there's been a lot of women who Marcel was cheating with. But I do believe he did have. So you can't convince me otherwise, Tisha, that he was always 100% faithful. Because he only had to be unhappy to be faithful. Unhappy men sometimes chose to step outside of the relationship. That's why we want you in the house all 24/7. Because woman could be unhappy, but still will step by the man. He'd be unhappy and say, I need to find my fix somewhere else. I got so much trouble and stress on me in the house, son. I need something. They were quick, fast to go out. So talked to more so she told him about what happened in the therapy session, and he flipped around and made it seem like the therapist was wrong for teaching her, tell her what she needs to do. I said, no, therapist was spot on. You belittle her in front of you belittle her just with something she was learning that about herself. I said, no. He's on the spot on the money. She needs to. So they both feel disconnected and everything, and they working on this destiny race. It's a race that you put a goal of a company that you want to sponsor and everything, and you race to that goal. That's nice, and that's that. So she told more about her sessions, and he was saying, "Nah, he's wrong." So I said, "No, he's right. He's right." That's one. There's more. Oh, child. And he didn't think that she's confused. I said she's not confused. She's just aware of what was said to her, and just aware that she learned what the hell he was saying. Now, he said, "Oh, well, you are this." He said, "You are this. You are this. You are this. You are this is that." I said, "Child, you validating the thing just to say what she is. No. She defined out who she is as Tisha. Not because what you defining her as. Come on now." I was so well. So Tiffany and Lewis had this baseball game between the Scotts and the other half of the cast. And also, it was a 1-year anniversary. So, remember, she surprise wedding for him at the baseball field. So it was only natural for them to have the anniversary in the baseball field because at that time they had their family there. So now they had their close family who watching them play the game, all that stuff. So after the game, they sat down, and this is how the bull crap happened. I was like, okay. Remember, like I said, the episode was even all that, y'all. So they sat down, and it was an anniversary. So he sitting there being quiet, and he go better because it was saying it's an anniversary. He said, "Well, I know why he probably feels something down now. He not saying that because at June something, it would have been our 13th anniversary. It would have been this anniversary, whatever anniversary they supposed to have. So maybe he felt type of way about that because it was close to the anniversary. Now we had celebrated our anniversary." I said, "How you know what the hell he was thinking?" See, this is exactly that. You riled him up now, and now he about to spit fire because like, girl, you could have said something. You could not say nothing at that point. You, Melanie, see, this is sometimes, like, I like Melanie, y'all, but sometimes she's messy just like everybody else. And she's immature sometimes just as Montel. And the fact that you would have brought up about how he felt about the anniversary, like, how you think he was thinking about that? And, excuse me, now that you shot fired, now he going to get you wound up, and y'all going to start arguing, and this now be back to square one again. And that's exactly what happened. He was bothered for you breaking that up. And now he said, "Well, I'm tired of everybody making it seem like, oh, everything Melody said is facts and everything." So he said he wanted a divorce, and he did that with Kanye. He said face, he put that divorce out there. It may say face, they make her file a divorce. And she said, "Nah, can you hold them take back? Can you let them take back and everything? Because I was in the mercy and then do the time that when we arguing, then that's what he made. Like, listen, that he wanted a divorce." So yeah, now she get that pitch voice up, right? That's at the end of the day, divorces happen. Y'all need to let it go and move on. It's still fresh, but at the same time, every time we come to this group setting, they always argue with each other. And he said, I want to have a mature conversation. No, you both are immature. And you got to learn to not, like, if that's a trigger of what somebody thinks he's saying, that you need to start learning to learn him. And the fact that we cannot have them at the scenes because they are EP of the show, so they have to be in the scenes. But in reality, none of them probably would have been invited. Sure, no, we can't have all the time and y'all keep arguing all the damn time. No, come on, man. We don't got time for that. So they were going back and forth who I dared to divorce what. At the end of the day, y'all divorced. Move on. So So he's saying that she blasting on social media, and that's that she just stopped going on social media. But he said, well, Lewis said, well, you don't have to respond every time she might follow that. He said, well, she don't have to respond to me. And I hate, and he did a confession. I hate the double standards. And then he said, well, women need to know their place. Because we a man. And it was like that. I said, oh, so because you got a D and you're a man, like I'm a man too, so like that. But at the same time, don't tell me because you're a man that I had to follow suit and follow behind you, oh, Lincoln Dicky, because you a man and a woman got to follow suit for you. Not, you just, what? You contradict yourself. There's no double standard, but now women need to know their place. Boy, like I say, I want my nose. She's a piece of work. Piece of work. And all because you riled this guy up. And he likes that. Y'all know he likes that. Because when their guys went outside and sat down, he's spurking because they know that he gets a rise out of hypermentally up and she arguing with him. And this is why I was telling people, listen, and we all know that men gauges how much a woman feels about them or likes about them based on their arguing. Because if a woman still argues with you and they still give you emotions and still screaming about no matter what situation, then they know they could use that. But if you don't give them any play, if you do not respond, or you do not give them any action, they get nervous because now you're not responding to them. So that's what somebody said. Well, scream, yell, do something to me, do all that to me. Do that. Because they want you to fall in that notion stack so they can read you in and rip you in their web. But if you don't not respond and you be quiet, and you get them, that's there. They don't like that. Because now they don't know what you're thinking. So you're not responding. But the minute you give them a response, that's when they want you. So that's what he's working because he know every time I could just say something and I could get her riled up. And this is exactly the sample we had. The Vegas trip, this trip. So they both is doing this together. So they get annoying. They get annoying. So Kimmy and Tisha. All right. So this is the last thing we didn't talk about, and then we go move on. It's like, who we understand more? Now, at first, I was on Tisha's side when this whole thing was going about. And then she said something that flipped it. I said, oh, Tisha, you just messed it up. You could have just left it right there. Left it right there, girl. Because Tisha did a group text with everyone. Other ladies, she did a group text. I guess to ask about who they were sponsoring and everything. The only person who responded was Mel and Destiny. Kimmy didn't respond. And I think Tiffany didn't respond, whatever. So she feels like she should put that up. So Kimmy said, well, I don't need this to be a group of text with them. I said, oh. I was saying the thing too. I said, girl, what that mean? You so high class, you above me. Like, you don't want to be in a group text with us? Like, what the, you don't like us? No, I like you. I don't think I feel the need to be in a group text with you. Because she said she knows that every time she has something, I always support her. But at the same time, like, it's not wrong with a group text. I mean, I might be busy. I can't be just group text everybody and then call you and find a conversation with you because you don't feel the need to have group text. But at the same time, you don't like that. Why you don't call and tell her that you don't like being part of the group text? You don't put me in the group text. Just call me and let me know. Or let me know. What's something? So she don't like that. So she was like that. You always used to call me. And she said, well, I always call you. And I always call you. And then when I stopped and I decided to stop responding, stop with calling you, then I realized you don't be calling me. And she said, well, I've never been a good caller, a phone person. It's like that. And I don't usually like that sometimes because I'm a type of person who like to contact people, text people, and see how they're doing everything on stuff. And then it comes to the point when I realize that I always initiate that. And when I stop that, then I realize that people don't care for that, care for hitting me up like that either. Until I start deleting numbers to get up that's like the message. Don't you hate that? You have enough. You decide to move that person's number on the phone. Out of the blue, they hit you up after months of not picking you up. It's like they have a figure tracking sensors of what they did. I think I'm gonna delete those things off your phone. And I never hit them up because no. So I do understand that, because if you always calling that person, then you don't value the friendship that much, and it's like something tension lies in that. This person always expect you to keep calling you. It go both ways. If I gotta keep calling you, and then I take a step back, why you can't call me? And sometimes that's why I say I was here to like I said, come on, me. That is kind of selfish. That you expect her to keep calling you when you don't get the chance to call her. So if you have an issue about the group text, why you just don't tell her that you don't like that group text? And but she said, I've never been like that. It's always been like that. It's only an issue because now you're making an issue. I said, not on the issue because now I started realizing it's an issue. But I'm not gonna keep grabbing behind you and keep calling you when you don't get that same energy towards me. Because I was like, get tired. I said, no, why keep calling that text all the time? When I take a text back, I said, okay, whatever. Well, she said, well, that's that. It's just good one. So, well, Pamela, you be planning something. That's when Tisha would left. She said, well, Pamela, you've been planning something. You don't be inviting me. And she said, well, you be calling something like that. You don't be inviting me and something like that. You don't call me and invite me things. And she said, well, Pamela, you be planning something. You don't be inviting me. And she said, so she said, planning? What did I be planning? So tell me what I planned. She said, well, if you don't want to know, you know what you're planning, obviously it's nothing because you didn't plan nothing. Because I said, if you knew that she planned something and she invited you and you had a thing, give an example. What the hell she planned? See, that's what Letitia went left. She was good with the argument, and when everybody was on one side, and everybody kept saying, damn, Tisha, you messed up by saying that. It's like, what did she plan? And now you making a decision, okay, well, because she planned stuff, she should be inviting me, then I'm not going to be calling her and invite her anywhere. So now it's like, it's a clear issue. So, but you want to give an example of what the hell she planned. So what are you bothered by? She said, well, nothing. And then everybody was trying to help her. She said, well, no, it's not about y'all. I'm talking to her. Y'all see, mind your business. I said, well, keep that same energy to your husband. Keep that same energy to your husband. You want to see how you shoot us out? Shoot him out. So who side y'all on, listen? Because at the end of the day, like I said, I was on Tisha's side until she said that thing, and it was like, oh no, obviously nothing, because you know me playing that. I'm not understanding that. Now, obviously nothing. I ain't giving no examples because no. I guess you say you don't play nothing, so you don't play nothing, so it's obviously nothing. So why you picking it up? Obviously you knew something. Obviously it probably was something planned that you knew, but you don't want to say that because she don't acknowledge it. No, acknowledge what the hell she planned. Shit. All right. Yeah, that was over Marriage Huntsville, y'all. Yes. You know, sometimes these shows get you going. So like that. But that was that, y'all. That was my live. You know, I always give a good time. Always have a good time with y'all on my live, everything. Reminder, tonight's no panel because Auntie Mama got things to do, so like that. So it might be tomorrow. So that's why I try to talk as much as I can. Usually I end up before the 7 o'clock, but I want to give you enough stuff going on as possible to give y'all anything I need. Replay game, play show you, make sure you replay, and give me a commentary about anything. Let me know how y'all feel. Tonight, because we don't have no panel, and Insecure coming premiere tonight, I think I could do a watch along with y'all because I'm home. So if y'all want to do a watch along with Insecure, follow my Instagram. And my Instagram name is Mr. Bone. Y'all see it on the ticker down here. And watch Insecure with me. And then we can talk about it on live on Wednesday. So this Wednesday coming up, y'all, I'm talking about Gays Will Play, Queens, and Insecure for live. And this coming Friday. On Wednesday, I'm not at the same time, 9:30, 9:45. I will do the y'all know normally I'll put up the time and create the live streaming before the live on YouTube ahead of time, so y'all be known this live. But tonight for Insecure, the episode is at 10 o'clock, right? It's at 10 o'clock tonight on my time. So Eastern time. So around 10 o'clock Eastern time. Oh, the watch along time, yes. It's 10 o'clock Eastern. 10 o'clock Eastern. So if you're Central, it's 9 o'clock. Pacific is like 7 o'clock and everything, and your time is on. But Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock. It's on HBO Max. If you don't watch it on, it's on HBO Max. We got HBO Max and HBO and everything. And you can do the watch along to me tonight. And we can watch the episode. Because I'm excited. It's a final season. And, the episode is only like 30 minutes. 30 to 40 minutes. So it's not going to be long. And we can talk about it. And then we can do the live thing. So we can do that as well. And also, you can always DM me on Twitter, on Instagram, if you have any other thing you want to talk about. Also like that, because I do like to interact and talk with people. So it's no problem. And this Friday, I think I said I wanted to do like a gossip kind of corner, like Mizzle Social Corner, and talk about any random things, what's going on social media, what's going on in the world around us. If you want to know anything a little bit more about me, you want to have to talk about advice, relationships, anybody else, a dog, no good man that you had to deal with, we can do anything. So I think this Friday we can do that since I'm home early, and we can have a little gossip chat on Friday. So I will put that up way in advance so y'all be well known, so you can be ready for the Friday and we have a good discussion and have a kiki about things. And so that's that. And that's that. So hopefully tomorrow we're in the panel and y'all catch us on the panel, Auntie Momo. And that's all I have to say, y'all. So catch you tonight. Hope you have a good Sunday. Enjoy. Oh, next Sunday, since it's Halloween, I may not be live. Not because I might be doing something. It's that I know it's holiday. Sometimes y'all might have your kids and your family and stuff, and you want to watch movies and take your kids to trick-or-treating and stuff. So I want to make sure that y'all have a good time on Halloween and everything, and enjoy yourself or eat dinner with family or whatever y'all have planned. So I'll probably not go live next Sunday, but I'll probably do live next Monday. Because Halloween is coming Sunday coming up. So, and it might be around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and we can just talk about some things on social media, TV shows. So next Sunday, it's a possibility I won't be on live because it's on Halloween, and I know people want to enjoy them days, enjoy themselves with their Halloween specials and with their family. And eat a lot of candy, y'all. Go trick-or-treat with your kids. You got costume, put them up. Because I don't think I'm wearing no costume because I ain't going anywhere. Nobody invite me to parties. Nobody ain't told me anything. So I might be in the house, relax. But hey, it is what it is. All right, here's the outro, y'all. I love y'all. I see y'all later. Whatever. If y'all want to talk with me tonight on Insecure at 10 o'clock Eastern for the watch along, do that with me. Follow me. Instagram is Mr. Grown. See you right there. And follow me there. Until then, y'all. See y'all Wednesday and see y'all Friday. Okay? Peace out. And probably see y'all tomorrow on tomorrow panel. All right? All right. Here we go. All right, y'all. See y'all. Peace out. Mwah.